for February 21st, 2013. It's 31 degrees outside in Macon, Georgia, with a high of 67 and a low of 58. So it's going to be a little bit warmer today.
Yeah.
It's 8:06 a.m.
It's going to be sunny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're going to have flood warnings today, though. Flood warnings.
I could sit out in the
Yeah,
porch
this
over
weekend,
here
definitely.
today.
Definitely this weekend.
Well, good morning, guys. Morning, Ed.
Morning,
Yes.
Yes, this is Ed, making Ed Karaoke Einbiter, Irvin J. Martinez, yours truly, DB Derek Barrett, and the Invisible Man. And
Once again, not here.
yes,
This guy, I swear to you, if this is a real job, he would have been fired a long time ago.
him, the tractor stealing police officer, and Clayton Sutton will be at the unemployment office right now.
No, do you know when so help me God, when I was, this is no lie, when I was a manager at a home of the homeless, I was feeding the homeless, and I had a guy that I fired because he kept giving me problems with his kid, you know? Like, oh, my kid is this, or I gotta take him here, and so I said, look, you can't do the job. I'm sorry, your kid, you know, if you have a son and you're giving him, running him around and all that so early, you can't be here. You're always late. Well, anyway, Ed, there's no sound. Oh, yes there is. Yes, there is.
Okay.
Thank you, Gamer Girl.
Thank you. Whew. I was kind of...
And so I had to let him go. He was just too, always late, always, you know, oh, my kid, whatever. This single dad, that's the unfortunate thing, when they're single dads. But anyway, that was one. The other one was just somebody was always systemically late, but when they were there, they were real good. So it was hard. It took a while for me to decide that, but I had to. In the end, he was always late.
Yeah.
And then all the other employees were like, you know, you let him get away with it. And I tell him, yeah, because my excuse was to them, well, he does double the work that you do when you're here a full day.
Well, yeah. I remember when I was still working at a station. I mean, shoot. I mean, if people got fired because they were late when I used to work there, man, I'm telling you, the building would be empty because everybody would be coming in late. Like the only people who actually come in on time or early would be, I guess, maybe the cleaning crew.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. But everyone else, I mean, reporters, I mean, the sales, all the people, even the GM.
Especially with reporters, you have to be there at a certain time, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a certain time that they
put them on the news, yeah.
Right.
Because especially now since they have more news. But when I was there, we just had the morning and then like maybe
mid-afternoon.
Yeah, mid-afternoon, like 5:30 and 6, you know, and then also the 7 o'clock news that they have on ABC.
Now, you did the camera, right?
I was master control. I didn't do the camera.
No.
That's part of production. Even though I did do it for about a year or so, but I went back.
So you actually controlled everything?
Yeah, from the mixing board. It's
So that's why you like to fiddle with that shit.
Well, yeah, yeah. Because it's almost like second nature, especially doing it for 13, 14 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. Do you think Anthony kind of pissed off somebody from the terminal station? That's probably why you can't get a bus where he lives or something. That's why he's not here.
Oh my God, I wouldn't doubt it. And, oh, by the way, I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you brought him up. Yeah. Okay, I saw the video, which Ed's going to try to download and play. But I saw a video, and I think as well-intentioned as that video was, it actually may backfire for any kind of change here in Macon. I'll tell you what. She starts to reach out to the police officer. She starts to say, I forgive him, and you've seen it, right?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Not good.
Yeah.
Because what that's going to do is undermine this guy, the idea of this guy getting fired.
Mm-hmm.
See, the whole idea is to get him fired. Now, I think she undermined that effort.
By saying, I forgive him and all that, and they're probably, well, if you forgive him, well, shoot, you can keep your job. That's what you're thinking?
Exactly.
I mean, I didn't mean to say
no, it's funny. It's funny as you did that. That was good. Oh, we don't, exactly. And that's my concern. My concern is that's what that video did. Now, that's one. Now, also, she kind of threw the piece, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Let everything come out as it is. She threw that down. Now we have to keep awake. We're going to have Anthony more militant to try to get this guy fired.
Oh, yeah.
And so...
yeah, he's going to turn to
we'll
Chuck D.
We'll probably be the only two guys. Well, maybe more, because, remember, there are people behind us now, besides Anthony and I. But, I just saw the post that was just placed by Apostle, and I'll get him up. All right, well, it's on my Facebook.
Well,
but, this guy, Apostle,
like he's a Facebook friend of yours?
well, he's, he calls himself Apostle.
Oh, okay.
He calls himself Apostle. What the hell is this with Facebook? Man, Facebook should really screwed up.
Yes. Speaking of something that's really screwed up and talking about the Justice for Junebug Davis Jr., Sammy Davis Junebug Jr., someone just wrote down today, well, actually, I think he just wrote it like a half hour ago. He says, December 21st, 2012, Macon Police Department Officer Clayton Sutton murdered Sammy Junebug Davis Jr. Today is February 21st, 2013. 2 months later, and Sutton still sits at home on administrative leave getting paid.
Who is this? Who wrote it?
Actually, Ant wrote it, I think. He must have wrote on his way.
Just play the video straight from the website.
Okay.
Dude, what is this bar? Why is this like that? Why is that like that?
It's kind of weird. Sometimes that happens to me too on there.
Why is that? I can't reach any of my...
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah. Just go ahead and roll it.
Let it roll, baby.
It's 8:14 a.m.
Now your best accessory can be your smile. With Colgate Optic White toothpaste, it whitens over 2 shades more than a leading whitening toothpaste. Now try new Colgate Optic White mouthwash. For whiter teeth even faster, use the whole whitening line from Colgate Optic White.
Concerns and forgiveness from the sister of the man shot and killed by a Macon police officer. Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Frank Malloy.
And I'm Leah Johnson. This is Eyewitness News at 6. For several weeks, we've been covering the story of Sammy Davis Jr., the man friends and family called Junebug.
In December, he was reportedly shot and killed by a police officer outside of Macon Kroger. The GBI is still investigating that case. Yesterday, we told you about a police report that showed Davis was involved in a separate disturbance outside the same store when he struggled with a store manager who was hurt. 13 WMAZ's Tom George sat down with Davis' sister Cheryl and talked about that incident and the fatal shooting. Tom joins us now with more.
That's right. Cheryl Davis says she's still heartbroken over the loss of her brother. Police say he was fatally shot by Officer Clayton Sutton. Now, she reached out to us to discuss the police report from 2010, another disturbance at the same Kroger. She says she was there after her brother called her for help. Together, she says they were able to smooth over the situation and get her brother treatment, not a criminal charge. But after that, she says she began telling him not to go back to Kroger, and she stayed in touch with the store managers to make sure her brother was keeping safe.
What was I supposed to do? Every day, I would say, I don't want you to go up there, stay on with me. He would say, okay, Nana. He would still go. And so since I knew he was going, I made sure he had money in his pocket to start his chips and big cake day off. I made sure he could go in there and buy something. And they knew me. They knew him.
Last week, Macon police discussed the case with the U.S. Department of Justice team that works to prevent racial disturbances and civil unrest, but Cheryl Davis isn't worried about public reaction to the GBI investigation.
None of this is going to bring my brother back. The city of Macon doesn't have to worry about any uprising, any riots here. There's too much apathy here. The people that would actually get up and march about Junebug when the decision comes down would just be my family and a handful of other people.
But despite what happened to her brother, Davis says she holds no grudge against the police. She says Macon police sometimes helped her brother, and she viewed them as her allies.
One night, I said that he'd gone missing, he didn't come home late. I called the police. They knew who he was, Precinct 3. Oh, you talking about that big guy that goes to Kroger? Yeah, he had... Police said, I know what to do. Got in the car, came back 5 minutes later with my brother. There was a dog out there. He was afraid to pass the dog. And it wasn't a puppy, it was a pit bull. But Junebug had a fear of dogs. There were other policemen who told me since this happened, people who are police right now working, I know Junebug. I've gone in there and bought him lunch. Anytime I had a problem, I called the police. I'm not an anti-police person. I figured that if I needed help, that they're the people I gotta call. I don't hate Clayton Sutton.
Yeah, don't.
I forgive him.
Davis says although she was initially upset with Sutton, it was a hard choice to be able to forgive him. But she says she hopes in the future, when the case is resolved, she and Sutton will one day be able to talk face to face. Now, the police report from 2010 said Sammy Davis Jr. had schizophrenia and hadn't taken his medication, but Davis says that's not so. She says her brother did suffer from depression, which got worse in 2008 when their mother died. That's when she says he became more withdrawn and began going to Kroger.
All right, Tom, thank you very much. Officer Sutton remains on administrative leave during the GBI investigation, standard procedure when an officer is involved in a shooting. District Attorney David Cook said he does not expect the GBI results back this week.
All right.
Ed from WMAC.
Thank you, Ed.
Thanks, Ed.
All right, guys, I know you've been making some comments, but what do you think? Do you think that undermines the ability for us to get this cop fired?
Oh, okay.
That's probably Anthony.
Hello? Yeah, good morning.
Yeah.
Morning, Iraq.
You there?
Y'all start the show? You on?
Yeah, we're on.
You're on too.
Hey, I'm reporting, even though I'm sitting at home here with no car, I'm reporting to you guys. I just heard the mayor on the radio.
Oh.
He's over there on Mick Smith in the morning, okay? So the first 15 minutes or so that he's talking on there, he's talking, of course, about the police, the Sammy Davis Jr. incident, right?
Mm-hmm.
So needless to say, he's rope-a-doping as usual, wait for the investigation, making excuses left and right. They slightly, Meth Head Rick brought us up, talking about those knuckleheads that ambushed your state of the city address. So they brought us up in that capacity, but the mayor's rope-a-doping, of course. In a way, he tried to give us a little bit of credence. He's like, well, I can understand their frustration, all this stuff. But it's the same old stuff going on, guys. I just want to let you know the mayor is on right now. For some reason, you guys want to flip over to it for the audience to watch this knucklehead say his stuff.
Oh, so basically...
It might be worth doing.
So you're saying if you're able to flip on the mix in the morning, where basically the mayor's on on their show, and so is he still on there?
In the first 15 minutes on there, he addressed the whole police thing and the whole Sammy Davis Jr. shooting.
Wow.
That was probably over by
Yeah.
now.
Oh, okay.
Just want to give you guys that heads up. But So
Okay.
again, we were on the lips of the hosts of that show and the mayor himself.
I see. Okay.
And now I turned them off now to call you guys. I don't want to hear any more of it. Basically now they're talking about the whole new government and the consolidation and all that stuff. You know, the nonpartisan elections that they're trying to pass. But they were addressing it, and reminder our viewers, today is 2 months, guys, February 21st. Elizabeth, my daughter's birthday, but 2 months ago, Sammy Davis Jr. was killed.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Well, thanks for the giving.
Hey, Anthony, I have a question.
Yeah.
Where are you?
I can't get a ride. I couldn't get a ride, and I figured since I'm going to lunch with my daughter,
I
you
can't
know,
hear what you're saying.
I would have to live there early anyway. So, you know, I'll just have to show up tomorrow. I mean, that's the way it goes, guys. I don't have a car. I don't have anybody that's really willing to give me rides all the time, so I can't do it. I can't do it if I can't get out there, you know.
All right, so you're off today.
I mean, I'm here. I'm over here in North Macon, you know. My check hadn't come yet. It wasn't here yesterday, so maybe it'll come today. I plan on being there tomorrow for sure, but again, you know, it changes with the wind, you know. Sometimes my mom wants to give me a ride, sometimes she doesn't, and, you know, if I can't get there, I can't get there, so.
All right.
Anthony,
I mean, there was no way I was going to stay at my mom's house last night, mainly because it was Elizabeth's birthday today, so I wanted to wake up here.
Okay.
With her, and you know, that's goes without saying. So.
All right, goodbye.
All right, we're gonna try to do this show without you then.
Okay.
I can't hear you, Ed.
All right.
Never mind.
We'll see you later.
All right, I'll put wordsmith up randomly. I'm gonna pick a book out of nowhere in the book. I'll just put my finger on a page, and then I'll put the eat your words up also. Y'all have a good show. I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks. Bye.
All right, two things.
You're fired!
What the hell was he talking about in the first story, and what was he talking about in the second one?
Well, the first story, in case you weren't able to get on the speakerphone, Anthony wasn't able to come in. He didn't have a ride, transportation. He was watching Mix in the Morning. Yes, on WPGA, where they had Macon's own, Macon Mayor Robert Rickard, talking about the police department and the Sammy Junebug Davis Jr. fatal shooting of Mr. Davis, and talking about it, which is kind of weird. He's finally mentioning about it. It's 2 months after the actual act. Said, you know, I mean, basically same old. He just tap dancing around. He's about whether or not he should suddenly be fired or anything. I mean, basically he's just dodging it like Neo from the
Did they
Matrix.
ask the question?
Well, yeah, according to they did ask a question like, you know, what was going to happen. You know, basically same old, you know, wait till the finalization of the GBI investigation, and also, you know, the mayor also talked about the renovations of Macon.
Who drew the picture? What's his name?
Johnny Neptune. Johnny Neptune drew the picture.
Yeah.
He did it like last year.
Yeah, that one.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, that's it's supposed to be me, believe it or not. Different faces of me. And by the way, he did this. How long did it take him to do this?
About an hour or so? Or 30 minutes?
No, not that much. About 20 minutes.
Oh,
About
20
25 minutes.
Oh,
That was
okay.
the amazing thing, how quickly he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's supposed to be me. And in different stages. Like, here I want to be Superman. I want to be Superman for the community. Here is where I'm having so much trouble getting there that I want to shoot myself sometimes. I said that to him. I mentioned that. That little guy there is supposed to be me being really sweet and doing the right thing, and then of course the one with the door is really me. So this is actually all me here in different personality.
Yeah, I was just reading in the
That's
chat room.
it. The guy was brilliant.
Oh yeah, Johnny Neptune is a very, very brilliant artist.
He's been on the show. What am I saying?
Yeah, at least a couple of times.
Johnny Neptune.
Johnny Neptune. Yes. He's been there at least twice.
Yes, multiple personality, I would say, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is my different stages.
Morbid says the image on the right looks like Vincent van Gogh. Okay. I guess, yeah, with the hat. Yeah. I can see that.
Oh, give me that. I want to... Here's a picture. If y'all could see it. But this is...
it's called 9/11.
9/11. It's a local artist named Craig Hamilton. He was my nightmarish roommate for a while. But this is a beautiful picture. This is going to go up. It's kind of Statue of Liberty. She's kind of kneeling down. And then here's, of course, the towers. So, Craig Hamilton is one of the greatest artists, I believe, I could ever encounter. Yeah, he is an amazing, amazing artist. And he does what's kind of like, my God, I mean, right? Am I right?
Right.
Craig Hamilton. Awesome artist, does cartoons. He actually did Aquaman. And he did, I think he did a couple of Spider-Mans, but I'm not sure. He did Aquaman. He did Aquaman for like 32 years. You guys remember that?
Mm-hmm. Just looking at the chat room. It says, Eve Plastic Cam says, what's the freaking investigate? The cop killed an innocent guy for no reason. I know it pisses me off when that happens. The cop needs to be punished for the wrongdoing. And Three Bears says that goes to show some people aren't a danger to others; they're just depressed, so leaving them alone. And Anthony sounds, Anthony was he was the guy on the telephone.
Yeah.
Well, he says Ed, take Anthony's place. We don't need no stinking Anthony's. Do it, Ed. Take his place. Do it now. You know.
Now Howard said it.
I was just putting in my own little improvisation.
Well, Ed's sitting in his corner. I don't think Ed's in the mood.
I might. I gotta.
Okay, sounds good.
Do for the show first.
Okay. So
I've got another job to do.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not coming.
No, I don't think he's coming. He's not coming.
No,
he's not coming.
He's not coming.
He's not even breathing heavy.
Unfreaking believable. Anyway,
I do have some stories. I think it's actually from WMAZ. It's not a local story, but it is somewhere from California. In Tustin, California, it says a sheriff's official says investigators have found no signs of illegal drug use by a California gunman who shot 3 people to death in an unexplained rampage.
Ugh.
Orange County Sheriff spokesman Jim Amormino said Wednesday no drugs were found in the home of 20-year-old Ali Sayed, shared with his parents, and it doesn't appear he was using any illegal substances of any kind. Authorities said that Sayed killed a 20-year-old woman in the home early Tuesday and then killed 2 more people before committing suicide. Officials will release the dead woman's name after her family is notified. They say they don't know who she was doing at the Ladera Ranch address or how she got there. Ladera Ranch is 55 miles southeast of Los Angeles. So there's, I guess he was a homegrown hit terrorist.
Like my little brother Manny when he was young.
Ali Sayed. Yeah, he could. I guess he could pass Middle Eastern or Latino. I mean, are there many? Well, probably not that many. There many Muslim Latinos, even though there was in California.
Where? Yeah.
Muslim.
Well, California.
He was Muslim.
I mean,
He's Middle Eastern descent.
a Middle Eastern. Okay.
Are you talking about my city?
No. I was just talking about. Do you know of any Muslim Latinos? I mean,
Muslim Latinos?
Yeah.
No, not really. I
know it's probably like very rare. I mean, if they are, they're probably like converts, I guess.
Well, if they are, I don't know them. I never. Man, that's a good question. Now, maybe in the past I did, but you know, I don't think it had much of an effect on me that I even noticed that he was Muslim. Yeah.
I was just reading the Fisher Gamer Girl.
I don't remember.
Oh, Fisher Gamer Girl says maybe they should stop focusing on gun control and start focusing on crazy control. Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Exactly. I have to agree with you on that one. You definitely get that. You definitely get an applause for that. Yes.
Well, they still guns are too prevalent. People can still buy them without any kind of background check.
Yeah.
You know, until that changes,
Especially,
we're not talking about taking guns from people or all that shit. You're just saying anybody that has a gun ought to be, you know, checked out.
Yeah.
And keep record of it. Like owning a car, you need a title for the car.
Yeah, a title for the
so
car.
So maybe a title for the gun.
Possibly. Because I tell you, I've been, after all these stories going on with not just the shootings, but just everyday crazy folks. I mean, with the security guard acting, have people acting a fool and dead in his face, thinking they're not gonna get tased, they're not gonna, because they feel like they have a right to act like a nut. You know, it made me want to carry a doggone stun gun or taser myself.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm serious. Have a title for the gun, and that way you could sell it even. You know, you could sell it.
There's one plan they got where you get your gun, you got to register, pay a fee, okay?
Is it a one-time fee or is it like a month or a year?
Your gun does not go to your predecessors or whatever. You can't will it. It goes to the government.
Oh.
They take your guns and then walk you into the gas chamber. They say, breathe deep. Adios, motherfucker.
Okay.
Nah,
that's kind of new for me right there.
They did that in Germany under Hitler.
Oh.
When they gassed all those people. Took their guns away and then gassed them.
Jeez.
What is this?
Gamer Girl says, a local story for me is a teacher attacked with a hammer, so it's not just guns. Woo! Boy, that's wing dang doodle. Gamer Girl. Speaking of one, I got one. I don't know. I sent it to you yesterday, but it's a really humdinger, crazy story. Speaking of teachers, well, not like teachers, but basically.
Oh, I saw that. I saw it.
Woo! Yes, I think that's how you say her name. Adria Metters disrupts school assembly by stripping, according to the cops. This happened in Albany, New York. Yes, police say a mother who got on stage and started to strip during an upstage New York school assembly is facing child endangerment and lewdness charges. Albany's police say 24-year-old Adria Metters was arrested on North Albany Academy earlier this week. They say school staff told them the assembly was halted and the cafeteria cleared after Metters began dancing on stage and took off some of her clothes. She's charged with 7 counts of endangering the welfare of a child and 1 count of public lewdness. An Albany City Court clerk says Metters was arraigned Friday afternoon and ordered to be held on $3,000 bail. She doesn't have a lawyer yet. And the North Albany Academy.
She could have used that money. She could have used that money to fix that eyeball.
Yeah. She could have got LASIK surgery or something. Yeah.
And she is one ugly.
Real cross-eyed.
Yeah, her eye is like off to the side here, guys.
Yeah, she looked like she could drop a dime and pick up.
She's looking in 2 directions.
Yeah, like she could like drop a dime and pick up 2 nickels or something. But anyway.
Never heard that one before.
I never heard that one. That came off, but it's funny. It was. Anyway, yeah, she could.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, with that, I'll take it more further.
She's so cross-eyed when she cries, tears roll down her back. Anyway.
That's one ugly shit. It wouldn't be so bad if she was good looking. But that's like that hippo that took a shit.
Yeah, but you only saw it from the back. You didn't want to see it from the front. Anyway.
That's a great story, by the way.
Yeah, that was a crazy story. I couldn't even make this up.
By the way, Robin Roberts returned to Good Morning America.
Oh yes,
That's
that
that woman's so skinny.
Oh yeah, she had a rare blood disease. I mean, she already. I mean, I'm quite surprised she still has some strength. She had because what was it, like a couple of years ago? She survived cancer or something like that.
Yeah.
And she had this red blood disorder. She from her blood marrow. She had to get some blood marrow from her sister, who luckily was a perfect donor match for her.
Yeah.
And yes,
and they did.
Mm-hmm. And she just she made her return to Good Morning America yesterday. And we want to say thank you very much, Robin. I'm glad you're back. Glad you're back healthy.
She had a little bit of hair, so they had it sprayed like with that hair, Insta hair.
Yeah.
And it was kind of odd, but she looked fantastic.
She looks really fantastic with the stuff she went through.
Anyway, well, God bless Robin
Roberts, yes.
Robin Roberts, tweet.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Lord. Okay, Special K pulls 36,000 boxes of cereal. Okay.
And why do they want to pull down?
We're going to find out now. Contains glass fragments.
Oh, my goodness. Crap.
Could it get any better?
Jeez.
New York.
Jeez, man.
February 20. Kellogg Company said 36,000 boxes of its Special K Red Berries cereal could contain dangerous glass fragments and have been pulled from the market in the latest series of recalls of its popular brands. Company spokesman Chris Shaw said late on Wednesday that 3 sizes of the product were involved and it have been distributed across the United States to a limited number of retailers. Sure, no consumer injuries have been reported, he said.
Wow.
The company took this precautionary action due to the possible presence of glass fragments from a single batch of one of its ingredients. This is a very small recall. We took the step of an abundance of caution. Wow. Charles said the voluntary recall is unrelated to big recalls in recent years that involve well-known Kellogg cereals, cookies, and crackers. The company is shown the process of turning itself around after admitting they had too many jobs prior to the contribution of manufacturing problems. Anyway, glass and cereal.
Sheesh. Well, I'm glad I'm eating oatmeal today. Sheesh.
You don't eat cereal?
Well, I mean, I've been trying to cut down because they said no, because certain cereals have a lot of excess sugar.
Yeah.
And according to my doctor says, really, I should be eating more oatmeal than cereal anyway. If I do have to eat cereal, if I'm out, or oatmeal, probably something like Cheerios toast, or the Kroger brand toasted oats. That's a good alternative. So basically, Cheerios or Raisin Bran. I usually like eating Raisin Bran.
Well, I was in
good fiber.
No, I'm serious. I ate 2 cereals.
Mm-hmm.
That's it in my whole life. They're great.
Grape nuts?
No. Oh, I can't believe I forgot. Kellogg's. Hey, we got it.
Fruit Loops?
No.
Frosted Flakes?
Frosted Flakes.
Right.
Brings out the tiger in you and you.
And Captain Crunch. That's it.
Yeah, Captain Crunch is tasty though, but sometimes I don't know what it is about that cereal. It just always starts cutting the roof of your mouth.
No. Yeah, you got a lot of salt in it. A little bit. Mm-hmm. Not too much. It's 2 great cereals. After that, maybe Lucky Charms because of the little marshmallows.
They're magically delicious.
Fisher Gamer Girl says, I love honeycombs. I like Captain Morgan.
Captain Morgan. Yeah.
Not a joke, Bean?
Yeah, I think that's a...
Corn Pops
that's
is
a
another
whiskey.
one. Yeah, I ate Corn
That's
Pops.
not cereal, but I get what you're saying.
So, Crazy then. about cereal. Wedgie Boy, crazy shock jocks having crazy banter about cereal. Stop the insanity. Are you getting? Cause you're getting hungry.
Yeah, because I know Andrew. He would talk about that. What was it? Beasties or Creepies or whatever.
Lucky Charms. With sweet surprises, magically delicious.
With orange stars, green clovers, yellow moons, and blue diamonds, and purple horseshoes.
Thank you, Eve. I hate that Wedgie Boy. I don't even like that name.
Sounds like Ouija board, like the game.
Okay, maybe he is brilliant.
Wow, what's wrong with bacon and eggs for breakfast? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, people want. Yeah, that's true. Bacon and eggs. I had oatmeal and turkey sausage links today for breakfast. Just want to get that in and get out.
Let me tell you, there's nothing like bacon and eggs and Waffle House potatoes.
Them hash browns, yeah.
Hash browns.
Mm-hmm.
They call them out. You know, in New York, they don't call them that.
What do they call them?
They call them home fries.
Home fries. Oh, okay.
Home fries.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I remember when I was running the housekeeping department, one of the hotels, and I started getting into this habit of buying these bacon, egg, and cheese heroes like that.
Yeah.
I mean, and home fries. And the home fries come in at half a pound bucket. And they're just really like soft, squared off potatoes.
Yeah. With
a lot of spice on it. And let me tell you, I used to dog those down once a day. And of course I was 160 pounds as compared to my 110 now, if that much.
Wow, geez.
So I was about 50 pounds, so close to 60 pounds heavier than I am now.
I know I'd probably be closer to 300 pounds if I would have ate that home fries, because I used to kill those tater tots back in those school lunches. I guess they were totally different than what you had if I compared to French fries, but they're really great. I used to throw those down.
Gamer Girl, pork roll. What is that? What's it look like?
Yeah, is that like kind of like pigs in a blanket or something? Breakfast pigs in a blanket?
Grease sponges. Your accent.
That's probably what they are. I wouldn't be surprised. I used to love Barnyard Busters from TJ's, says Three Bears. I guess it's kind of like some type of breakfast meal over there at TJ's. Is that TJ's? Is that like a Denny's Three Bears or something like that? Something particular? It says what was it? Eve Plastic Canvas says, LOL, I was almost 300 pounds when I was pregnant because of toxemia.
Wow.
Wow.
It's Taylor ham. It's a circle. Oh my God, you guys will love it. Wow.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
I'll look for it on the next run there, pork roll. I'll look for it in the market.
Okay.
Does it come sliced?
Yeah, that'd be a good question. It says yes. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
I'll pick it up. It's in the red box, you said.
Okay. Definitely. I'll check out Kroger, see if they actually have that pork roll. Okay. But I know Blue's going to be speaking of pork.
What do we got here?
Yeah, some local news. And
you see that? Anthony said that. Oh my God.
You go, man. Oh, Anthony is rubbing off on me. Speaking of pork, News Central.
Ain't that some shit? Hey, guys, you know what? Despite Anthony being an a-hole, this guy is brilliant. He just talked about this report was on the news. Ed, they're talking about Precinct 3, just like what Anthony said.
I told them.
Oh my God. I mean, that's incredible. Read the story.
Here we go. Here's a wing dang dinger right here. Local news from News Central. It says on December 21st, 2012, Sammy Junebug Davis Jr. was shot and killed in the Pioneer Kroger parking lot by Macon police officer Clayton Sutton. On January 24, 2013, two Macon police officers, 41-year-old Troy Guidry and 32-year-old John Adam Wants, were arrested for the alleged theft of a tractor valued at $25,000. And earlier this month, two more Macon police officers, 26-year-old Jonathan Greaves and 27-year-old Adolphus Jones, were arrested for two unrelated instances of allegedly illegally acquiring firearms. These incidents have one thing in common. They all involve officers in the 3rd Precinct. Wow.
Wow.
The 3rd Precinct...
Dun, dun, dun.
You beat me to it. The 3rd Precinct runs between Riverside Drive and Mercer and includes Ingleside and Vineville. The tractor theft occurred around Rolfe Avenue and the gun thefts on Cortland Avenue, all within walking distances of the Pioneer Kroger and 3rd Precinct headquarters. It's mighty interesting that within a less than a mile radius, we have a lot of criminal activity carried out by police officers, Anthony Harris, community activist, said. The 3rd Precinct won the Crime Reduction Award in 2012 by reducing crime by 21%. Yeah, because they were committing a crime. They ain't going to put a ticket on themselves. I contacted police spokesperson Jamie Gaudet in an attempt to interview 3rd Precinct Captain Eric Woodford, but was told no interview would be granted because the cases were considered open. Now, would be considered open. But one person who had addressed the issue was Macon City Councilman Virgil Watkins. Watkins is a resident of the 3rd Precinct and chairman of the Public Safety Committee. Said it might be that Precinct 3 is normal for the whole department, and that is just what's coming right out now, just in concentration. But I like to say in general that we've been concerned about how we police, I guess, or oversee our police officers. How we need to do is a better job of that as a city and in the community very soon, said Virgil Watkins. So how
they mentioned Anthony?
Yeah, because
which means they're using his story and his
his quote.
Name.
How about that? So there's a lot. So this stuff that's going on right now. They all haven't come to. They're all in the same area, near that same.
Which I think, which I believe Anthony brought to the table, and somebody picked up on it and wrote a story.
Oh yeah, yeah, very interesting.
Yeah, well, Anthony.
Yes. So how about that? Now
how about that?
He's he's sitting at home.
That's funny as hell.
Yeah.
Well, at least it's been exposed now.
It's been exposed. Now the thing is what to do.
And believe me, they got chaos going on at that 3rd Precinct now.
Oh no, I know chaos. Yeah, because the horses left the stable and they don't want any more leaving.
Oh, by the way, I'm really seriously considering on whatever happens with this thing. To still go and say that it's public record. The police record should be made public so that we can see how bad he was, of how bad a guy he was. In other words, we want to see his documentation.
Right.
We want to see his history.
Definitely.
In terms of paper. Because right now all they got is a list that the news put out. But we really don't have his paperwork.
Exactly.
Which we were being the right as citizens because it's like, well, if he wants to keep his job, he's got to show us the record.
Right.
Show us his record.
Exactly.
If not, then fire the son of a bitch.
Wow. Bean 52 says, like the 3rd Reich, they were bad too. And it says, I bet if they offered a reward for info on crimes committed by cops that the people would know of, they would find out more. The folks on the street know what the cops are doing.
Yeah. Well,
and they're not going to give themselves a ticket for robbing a.
You notice how they left Sammy Sutton out, even though Sutton's from that precinct.
You're right.
You notice that?
No, they talked about him.
Yeah, but it still leaves in question, like, why was he alone on that day? Especially, I mean, unless like that I always had a feeling about this. Like this 2010 incident where they were talking about how Junebug was unstable, but yet it wasn't considered a charge. He wasn't charged for it. It always kind of, I mean, obviously it was a weak attempt to besmirch the guy's, the deceased man's reputation. Basically, I mean, obviously it was a weak attempt at doing that. We know what's going on, and then after the fact, well, he acted a fool in certain particular 2.5 years ago, but that doesn't deter the thing what Sutton did. That doesn't excuse law enforcement for taking his life. No, it doesn't, because he was still unarmed. He still had a clean record, which is much cleaner, even with that slightly blemished, which is not considered a charge.
I mean,
he's
look,
still much
had a
cleaner
cleaner record than this guy.
Yeah, he much had a cleaner record than some of those police officers. So even for them to besmirch his character like that after his demise is just.
You're right, and he would have gotten away with it if it wasn't out for those meddling kids.
Yeah,
I remember that. Actually, that was a line that was in that.
Scooby-Doo?
No, that was that movie. Never mind. Let's move on. My brain is a little fried here. Well, I'm happy somewhat that precinct's going to be. They're going to
have some investigation.
Hopefully.
Yes.
We still need the record of this guy on paper, telling him.
Right.
If not, it's going to be completely ineffective. Because the video that was put out, which we never got back to, I think she made it easier for the police not to terminate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is kind of sad, though. That is very sad. That is very.
You think it's kind of sad?
Well, yeah, it's sad for the part that somebody that she was actually it's been 2 months with no results. Haven't heard anything from either the GBI or Internal Affairs or anyone about the outcome of the arresting officer not even the shooting officer who took her brother's life away. And it's kind of sad that someone probably might use that as a way to excuse Sutton for his behavior or for just taking Mr. Davis's life. And it's
wow.
I mean, you just it's
take us out early here.
Oh, you guys are ready? I got a request for a song from Gamer Girl to play. She sent me a message last night.
Okay.
On the site.
Well, folks, boy, it's quiet around here without Anthony. Huh?
Yeah, it is really quiet.
I can hear myself.
Think.
Yeah.
Please.
It's 8:54 a.m. right here in Eastern Standard Time in Macon. It's 33 degrees in Macon, Georgia.
And we'll be back.
Rachel! Georgia.
33 degrees outside of Macon, Georgia, with a high of 67 and a low of 48. You're watching the Morning Roast live from the Nut House in adjacent downtown Macon, Georgia, with your co-host Irving Martinez, Ed Einbinder, the producer, the control of the Nerve Center, yours truly, DB. Anthony is incognito somewhere in Macon.
Yeah.
Yes. It's funny
he's going to be yelling from where he's at. Yeah, man. You know he's going to call later.
Yes, there's a great story that Macon Ed's Karaoke gave what's his name sent me.
That's the same story.
Great part.
That's doing his part there.
Well, recently, when on break, we the Fisher Gamer Girl requested "Georgia on My Mind," which is a very, very beautiful song performed by Ray Charles, written by Hoagie Carmichael. I remember when I was at Georgia, they used to play this song all the time when the Georgia Bulldogs won their football game at Sanford Stadium. When everybody leaves, always play that when all the fans are leaving, and just reminds me of the nicer, good, better days of those college years. But here's an interesting story about Georgia on My Mind. On March 15, 1961, not long after releasing the hit song Georgia on My Mind back in 1960, Ray Charles, born in Albany, Georgia, was scheduled to perform for a dance at Bell Auditorium in Augusta, Augusta, Georgia. However, he canceled after learning from students from Payne College that the larger auditorium dance floor would be restricted to whites, while blacks would be obligated to sit in the music hall balcony. He immediately left town after letting the public know why he wouldn't be performing. The promoter sued Charles for breach of contract. Charles was fined $757 in Fulton County Superior Court in Atlanta on June 14, 1962. And according to the biopic Ray, the movie came out in 2004, the Oscar-winning movie, performed by Jamie Foxx in the title role, Charles was banned from performing thereafter in Georgia. Although this later was reported to be a Hollywood embellishment, Charles never, in fact, was banned from Georgia. However, Charles performed again at a desegregated Bell Auditorium concert the following year with his backup group, the Raylettes, on October 23rd, 1963, nearly a half century ago.
Wow.
So how about that? Hey, brief Black History moment by the movie.
I wanna share this on Facebook, but this is a video that we were talking about. Hold on, it's an Elton John video, and it's him in concert 30 years ago, 1980, whatever. How many years is that?
32,
1980.
About 33.
Where I actually come out on this Elton John video. Now I discovered this when I was downtown one day playing on my computer at Ruston. And it just so happens that I was running at that time for state senate, and they were kind of like barraging me on Facebook. And so I said, well, I look for this song, Bite Your Lip. I'm just going to bite my lip. I said, let me go see the video. Well, in the video, I show up, my head just pops out of the corner here. And I didn't even realize that was the case. So I'll send it to Ed. Maybe we'll play it another time.
Okay.
But
send it to me now.
What?
Send it to me now.
Okay, well, I just put it on Facebook.
Is it a link?
Yeah, here it is.
Send it to me in a private chat on...
I'm sorry?
On blog.
Oh, okay. Well...
You know how to do it?
Well, yeah, I could... Yeah, all you need to do is just go
we're back in a moment.
I don't know how to do it.
We'll go to YouTube, and I'll just check.
Anyway, there's my head.
There's a little thing right there where you could just copy that and paste it, and then you go to Facebook and send it as a personal message to Ed.
I see.
And looks like it at the part of the video. It's at 2 minutes and 22 seconds. You see Irving's head
come out. And I didn't know that I was put on a video.
Did you give your release?
Huh?
Did you get a release for them to put you in the video?
No.
You got a lawsuit. We're gonna be rich. We're gonna be rich.
Believe me, if I was rich, you guys would be rich. We all in this together.
Wait for the link. Where's the link?
Yeah, are you on Facebook?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook. All right, well, anyway.
Here's a Yankee Field.
Okay.
Let me see. Here we go. I guess I'm not on Facebook. Don't worry about it. We'll do it another time, man. I'm just sort of coming up with something for us to do here. For a minute.
It's only the last 10 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, that's funny.
Well, I got something for you. I'll bring that up to you in a while. I'll preface it later on, but in the meantime, I also have a story. Yesterday we were talking about Old Mississippi, Ole Miss trying to rectify mistakes that should have been corrected decades earlier, if not centuries earlier.
13th Amendment.
They finally ratified the 13th Amendment. I guess, better late than never, I guess. Nearly a century and a half ago before it was ratified. Well, I guess the Britain is trying to make things right as well from past discrepancies. The British Prime Minister regrets deep shame of the colonial Indian massacre. In Amritsar, India, David Cameron on yesterday, became the first serving British Prime Minister to voice regret about one of the bloodiest episodes in colonial India, a massacre of unarmed civilians in the city of Amritsar in 1919. The killings, known in India as the Jallianwala Bagh Massacre, was described by Mahatma Gandhi, the father of the Indian independence movement and a mentor of Martin Luther King Jr.
Is that the right picture for this story? Because you just sent me this picture.
Oh, now this... I'm sorry. I said I was gonna bring this story in there before you get into that. But since you have it, I'll go ahead and talk. Well, you don't. Okay. Well, as I was saying,
organization, yes.
Yes, organization. Gotta love it.
Incredible too.
We gotta work on our timing. I was like,
on the timing.
Yes, but anyway, the Mahatma Gandhi says, as having shaken the foundations of the British Empire, these killings in Amritsar, India. A group of soldiers opened fire on an unarmed crowd without warning.
A little late in the apology, don't you?
Yeah, an unarmed crowd without warning in the northern Indian city after a period of unrest, killing hundreds in cold blood. Cameron's visit and expression of regret for what happened stopped short of an apology, but made it clear that he considers the episode a stain on British past. Dressed in a dark suit, Cameron laid a wreath at a memorial to the massacre, a terracotta-colored stone obelisk. He then stood in front of the monument in silence for a few moments. He said that this is a deeply shameful event in British history, one that Winston Churchill rightly described at the time as monstrous. So he kind of, sort of, but not actually apologized for the Amritsar massacre in India.
A lot good that's going to do now. Half those people are dead, no?
Well, pretty much all, because this was 1919. This was almost 100 years ago.
Yeah. Well, but hopefully they're hearing from their graves, from wherever they're at.
That's true. But as I was,
Cameron.
Yes. Here's another tidbit. Well, remember, found these unsung, these rare history moments in Black history about the black guy that was on the Titanic. That guy. Here's another one. Here's another one. I'm sorry. Here's the story that I was talking about, Ed. The photograph. Somewhere in Japan, a glance back in time, there was a person named Yasuke, the African samurai. So early in the 16th century, Japan began to have contact with the African people. They came to Japan as slaves to Portuguese Jesuit missionaries. Following the arrival of a particular young African in 1579, a servant of a Jesuit Italian, Alessandro Valignano.
Alright, I know who that is.
Okay.
Hello? 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 Alright, here we go.
Okay. As I was saying, following the arrival of a particular young African in 1579, who was a servant of Jesuit Italian Alessandro Valignano, the feudal lord Oda Nobunaga expressed a desire to meet him. Valignano presented the young man to Nobunaga, who greatly sympathized with the slave. Lord Nobunaga, renamed him Yasuke and appointed him as a member of the personal guard and therefore a true samurai. Yasuke later became a high-ranking samurai after being nominated as Shikan, or counselor / bodyguard, to Nobunaga. Some sources say that Yasuke was originally from the Bakongo, present-day Republic of Congo. Others say he was from Italy, but most say Yasuke came from a place now known as Mozambique.
What about it?
As there were no cameras at this time, the picture is just basically an image of a more modern theatrical performance of that particular event.
Okay, pal, you got it.
So this was basically something new about Yasuke, the African samurai. So there was a black samurai long before Samuel L. Jackson made the animated version on Adult Swim. So how about that? How about that?
That was Anthony.
Oh, really?
It's at Wordsmith is on Facebook.
Okay. We'll go
once
into
again,
Facebook in the next hour.
Where is he? He's at the library, right? Which means he had to pass us.
Mm-hmm.
No, he didn't.
I don't get it.
No, he doesn't pass us from the library. He's all the way over there.
Oh, Lord. Anyway.
Yeah, so... Oh,
Lord,
my
pace.
goodness.
Give me pace.
Wow, Jack's Party Room says, wow, Japanese with black women. No, that's the samurai. But anyway, cool. Either way. Sabuki says, it's one of many terrible events in British history. We've been around a long time to make lots of mistakes. What's the U.S. excuse? Well, you tell me. We used to be a colony of Britain. So go where? There you go.
By the way, I'm going to give you a sports story. This Pistorius guy is now going to face other charges. Obviously, he has a history.
Okay.
It's a remarkable twist in the case of Oscar Pistorius, whatever. The double amputee track star murdered his girlfriend in South Africa. Police said on Thursday that the officer leading the investigation is himself facing criminal charges of attempted murder.
Wow.
The disclosure seems to present one more setback for the prosecution's efforts over days of hearings to deny bail for Mr. Pistorius, deepening questions surrounding the detective, Hilton Botha. Under cross-examination on Wednesday, Mr. Botha was forced to concede that he could not rule out Mr. Pistorius' own version of events in the shooting based on the existing evidence, apparently undermining the prosecution case. The poor quality of evidence presented by Chief Investigating Officer Botha exposed a disastrous shortcoming in the state's case, said defense lawyer Barry Roos. The courtroom itself became part of the drama on Thursday, when the magistrate hearing the case ordered an abrupt and brief suspension because of an unexplained threat to the court. While the prosecution has accused the 26-year-old athlete of premeditated murder and the killing of February 14th, Mr. Pistorius said he opened fire thinking that it was an intruder in his home in the gated community and had no intentions of killing his girlfriend, Reva Steenkamp.
Age 29.
Age 29. When the bail hearing resumed on Thursday, Mr. Pistorius' fourth court appearance since killing on February 14th, the chief prosecutor, Jerry Nell, began by acknowledging the attempted murder charges against Mr. Botha, but said prosecutors did not know that the case had been reinstated by that time. Mr. Botha testified against Pistorius on Wednesday. Mr. Botha was not present when Mr. Pistorius' bail hearings resumed Thursday, and the court briefly adjourned while officers went to find him. Well, so now the detective is a crooked guy.
I see. So the plot thickens. I was checking out what's going on in the chat room. The Bean 52, she is really ticked off. She said, in the bathroom. Shot in the bathroom. He shot through the door of the bathroom thinking it was an intruder? Come on. I have to agree with it. I mean, what burglar, breaks in somebody's house and takes a dump, before robbing somebody?
No, I'm telling you, I think this whole case is going to start tail spinning into something else. And it may jeopardize.
I wouldn't be. Well, hey, like I said, this stuff, truth is stranger than fiction. I mean, you see what's going on here. I mean, these people. Police officers were robbing a tractor and they got fired just like that. Yet the person involved in Sammy Davis Jr.'s murder, well, he's still at home.
Once again, I guess police corruption goes all over the world, guys.
Yeah.
Good morning, Norshak.
Yeah. Good morning, Nordschnack. Says E42 says people are nuts. I tell you, nuts. Yeah, some of them are nuttier than a bowl of planters, man. I tell you. Seriously. But if you want to say something, give us a call. Chatters, if you feel like, saying what you feel verbally, just give us a call at 478-254-6287 or I Suck Goats.
Yep.
Give us a call. We'll be here till 11. Thank you very much.
Yes. We're going to try to breathe through all of this without Anthony carrying some weight here.
Okay.
Anyway.
I had some other stories. I think Ed will definitely appreciate this since he sent it to me.
Let me continue to seek out more stories.
Okay. Yes, recently President Barack Obama used the threat of cuts to emergency services as his latest attempt to increase pressure on Congress to avert the automatic spending cuts looming to take effect in just 10 days. He says the meat cleaver approach, quote unquote, of the sequester, Obama said, would jeopardize our military readiness. It would eviscerate job-creating investments in education and energy and medical research. Yet back in Washington from a long weekend of golfing in Florida, Obama accused Republicans of favoring deficit reduction measures that he argued benefit the rich and hurt most Americans. He pushed again for an agreement that will replace $85 billion in cuts by the end of the current fiscal year with a $110 billion package that would cut spending and end some tax loopholes. An agreement on a larger deal has remained elusive with less than 2 weeks to go until the deadline, and Obama is looking to push Republicans to a deal. So the sequester cuts totaling $1.2 trillion over the course of a decade were agreed to in December 2011 in a deal to raise the debt ceiling, and were intended to be so unpalatable that the White House and Congress would find a way to avert them by developing an alternative long-term deficit reduction plan. So far, half the cuts would be non-combat military spending, while the other half would be domestic discretionary spending. So what say you?
More political shit. I mean, they're not going to get... Nobody's going to get anything they want. That's going to be the bottom line. They're going to come up with some compromise, push this shit down the road. He's got a lot on his plate. He's trying to work on immigration. Mm-hmm. He's working on this.
Right.
He's working on guns.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What else?
He's also working...
I think what he needs to do is take one task, follow it.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Instead of taking all his tasks on, he's not completing.
Well, yeah, I mean...
He hasn't completed anything, I'm sorry.
Yeah, because a lot of people...
said he was going to not raise taxes for anybody or touch our guns. He's doing everything he said he wasn't going to do. And I'm done. It's not going to get into politics right
No,
now.
it's frustrating.
Yeah.
It's frustrating because all you're hearing is the same shit over and over again. It's like, can't you guys get beyond this and bring some good news? Mm-hmm. Everything is, well, this and this and that and stalemate. And what a horrible, horrible state of government we're in.
Yeah.
The system itself is okay, but I mean, the people running it are just screwing it up.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with you. Don't disagree with you right there. It's hard as shit.
They make me sick. At this point, I swear to you, even Obama's making me sick. Mm-hmm. I love Obama, but I'm just tired of all this bullshit. It's just terrible.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what? I watch these Sunday political shows. Shut me down. I don't even want to watch them anymore.
Which one in particular? You talking about Meet the Press or
Meet the Press,
Face the Nation, or This Week with George Stephanopoulos?
All of them.
All of them. Okay.
Yeah, all of them. I go from one to the other.
Okay.
I start out with Meet the Press. Then I go to and there's State of the Union.
Right.
From CNN. And I work my way down from there. But I can't even watch them. Like this Sunday, I was like, ugh, I don't want to deal with this shit.
Wow.
And it's gotten me completely frustrated with this government.
Discombobulated in a way.
Yeah, it's like, who gives a shit anymore?
Goodness.
And even after that meteor that struck Russia, I said there are more important things in life right now. Like us being wiped out by some meteor, that I'm going to worry about the government and all the bullshit that they're saying. Screw them all.
Yeah. Here's a sport. I got one sports story. Oh yeah, I heard about that too. This guy, Lou Myers. He was an actor from the TV show the movie, TV show A Different World. Yes, Lou Myers, a TV, film, and stage actor, best known for playing Mr. Gaines, the cafeteria guy from the sitcom A Different World from the 80s and early 90s, has just passed away, died at the age of 77. Myers passed away at the Charleston Area Medical Center in his native state of West Virginia after battling pneumonia for several months. Myers was born in Chesapeake, West Virginia, the son of a Cabin Creek coal miner, according to the Charleston Gazette. After attending West Virginia State University, he got his first acting break as an understudy in the Broadway play The First Breeze of Summer. He went on to appear in more than a dozen films, including How Stella Got Her Groove Back and The Wedding Planner. On television, he had roles on ER, JAG, and NYPD Blue, but is best remembered for playing Vernon Gaines on A Different World, which was a spin-off from The Cosby Show. On Broadway, Myers appeared in productions including Oprah Winfrey's The Color Purple and Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. He won an NAACP Image Award for his portrayal of the stool pigeon in the play King Hedley II. An accomplished piano player, Myers also sang jazz and blues with the touring company of Negro music In Vogue. He is survived by his mother, Dorothy Jeffries, age 95, a son, Melvin Myers, and two grandsons, Braden and Christian, according to the Gazette.
Wow, his mother's still alive.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, wait a minute. I'm trying to see. He was 77.
Yeah. I didn't know he was. I didn't know he was that up in age. I thought he was at least, at least from his look, probably in his 60s. Yeah. Yeah, but he looks really good for a 77.
Yeah, I remember him.
Really
I
young.
remember him.
Yeah. I remember playing. I remember a TV movie version of The Piano Lesson, the August Wilson play that they did on CBS, where he played Whining Boy, and I remember seeing that he was very good at it, and I was trying to do my best in that. I was wondering how well I did, because I also played the role of Whining Boy in BT's my college stage production of The Piano Lesson. And it was quite a challenge because it's an August Wilson play. He's well renowned, and Mr. Lou Myers will be missed. He will be missed.
All right, you got a story there.
Oh yeah, it's a story.
Somewhat semi-sport. Get ready.
Yeah, semi-sports. Yes.
Yeah, get ready, gamer girl. She hates sport, by the way.
Okay. It says by Rob Nair, says because of Cleveland Native Americans is too long. It says last week at the National Museum of the American Indians in Washington, D.C., there was a symposium titled Racist Stereotypes and Cultural Appropriation in American Sports, unquote. Naturally, the subject kept coming back to a local outfit called, believe it or not, the Washington Redskins. From the Washington Post's Annie Shin, who was there. It says from an insert, it says over the decades, the team owners have opposed the name change, citing tradition and poll results that showed a majority of Native Americans surveyed did not find the term insulting, including a 2002 Sports Illustrated poll. It says late owner Jack Kent Cook said in 1994, was quoted, former name of the Redskins, he says, I have spoken to many Indian chiefs who say they have no objection whatsoever to the nickname. As far as I'm concerned, it's a dead issue. I'm not even interested in it. The name of the Redskins will remain the Redskins. And Dan Schneider has taken a similar stand and had declined to meet with Susan Schoen Harjo, the lead plaintiff in a 1992 lawsuit challenging the Redskins trademark. The case ended in 2009 after the Supreme Court declined to review a federal court's decision to toss the lawsuit out on a technicality. And Ms. Harjo says she still gets death threats. Says if Snyder were to change his mind, Harjo said, it would be a symbolic victory of national significance. Says it's the worst name we can be called in the English language, she said, and it's in the nation's capital. He says she says, granted, the name Redskins is really beyond the pale, don't you think? I mean, if you were driving through a reservation and your 8-year-old said, hey, look at all the Redskins, you would immediately deliver a stern lecture. That word is an epithet, for goodness sakes. It says, what's bizarre about this whole controversy is that the Washington Redskins franchise would lose a single penny if they changed their name. They would sell exactly as many tickets for exactly the same prices, and they would actually sell more merchandise as fans first scoffed at the old stuff, which would be collector's items. And then fundamentally, it's just about near billionaire Cat Cook and now billionaire Dan Snyder giving the middle finger to political correctness because they're incredibly wealthy and have powerful friends. That is because they can. But some people don't have the same issue with the Indians, Cleveland Indians, or the Atlanta Braves, or the Kansas City Chiefs. So some consider it disrespectful if you put upon ethnic group for your identity, and perhaps it is. After all, you wouldn't name a team the Blacks or the Jews or the Italians. Yeah, and yes, I know about the Fighting Irish and the Vikings, but those are different. I do wish the Indians would lose the Chief Wahoo imagery, but I'm not here to refight the battle either, according to the author of this article. And there's something to be said for tradition, especially when it's not blatantly racist. But
okay.
But it seems to be like it's not. There seems to be not the only group of people to have names. I mean, before then, I think American League, there used to be the Cleveland Bluebirds back in 1901. Then they had the Cleveland Broncos in 1902. The Cleveland Naps, named after the star and player manager Nap LaJoie. Naps.
The Cleveland Molly Maguires.
Yeah, I know. This doesn't make sense. Like all the names of the Cleveland teams and stuff in baseball. Cleveland Bearcats, Cleveland Lake Shores, Cleveland Infants. What, are they gonna have a baby with a dirty diaper or something like that?
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
I got a story.
Okay.
Chubby Checker is throbbing with anger, telling TMZ he's suing the people behind the Chubby Checker schlong measurement application because I don't want people to go around calling me a penis. What the hell is this all about?
Okay, I get it. Okay, his nickname is Chubby Checker, and there's an app that says a Chubby Checker. Basically, a chubby is another word for erection. I'm getting a chubby.
You see that? I didn't know that.
Yeah. And I guess he doesn't want to
why
be
does
mistaken
he want somebody calling me a slog if his name means a slog? I don't get it.
Well, his name didn't mean that, Chubby Checker, because I guess he was chubby at one time. You know, he's not exactly an anorexic type guy, but because since they have a chubby, which is a new connotation per se, I don't think he wants young kids or teenagers to think that he was actually a penis back in the 50s and 60s and stuff.
That's what he's saying. Chubby, the singer, just called into TMZ and explained why he declared legal war on Hewlett Packard and Palm for releasing the app, telling us they're selling a penis package named Chubby Checker, and I'm upset about that. As he previously reported, Chubby wants a judge to force the companies to shut down the apps ASAP, claiming he owns the Chubby Checker trademark.
Yep.
A rep for Hewlett Packard said in a statement, the application was removed in September 2012 and is no longer on the Palm or HP hosted website.
Yeah, thank goodness for that. We got
sound effects.
Let's do the twist.
Yeah, I didn't even know. I would have never picked that up. The chubby means this, man. So who cares?
Wow, that is kind of bad. That is bad. That's bad.
Woo. Wow, that's funny.
I'm glad they finally finally got that corrected and remedied, and you know. But anyway, speaking of food, speaking of being chubby or getting chubby.
Oh, okay. I was like, we weren't talking about food.
Gamer Girl was actually she got me hungry. She was getting hungry from this story, made me hungry, and this review that Lay's new has a new chips come out, new flavors. The new chicken and waffles. Wow, chicken and waffles flavored cheesy garlic bread and shiraka. Lay's recently introduced these 3 new chip flavors that were as far away as from the classic barbecue, sour cream and onion, and salt and vinegar varieties that one could imagine. Spanning the globe for taste combinations, Lay's unleashed chips flavored with regional American food favorite chicken and waffles, garlic cheesy bread, and finally sriracha, a Thai chili sauce. So that's where so it's Thai flavored. Okay. The 3 oddball flavors were the finalists in the Lay's nationwide contest to find the next new potato chip flavor. Nearly 3.8 million entries were submitted by chip fans and a board of experts, including Eva Longoria, the lovely Eva Longoria, and Iron Chef Michael Simon chose the finalists. So between now and May 4th, the 3 new flavors are for sale around the country, and fans can vote for these 3 flavors, which one they want, on Lay's Facebook page to decide which chip becomes a permanent member of Lay's lineup. So how about that?
Wow.
I may have to get a bag of them each for myself, just to
Chicken and waffles?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah, the
What's
garlic
that one?
cheesy bread, I could.
Cheesy garlic? Maybe
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah, this seems to be okay. So far, the overall score is 4 out of 10 for that one. 3 out of 10 for the chicken and waffles, because I don't know how in the world you can get, like, now chicken, okay, it's a meat, you know, but waffles, you know, with the syrup, I don't know if you want to taste like maple syrup and waffles in your mouth, you know, from a chip.
Yeah, potato chips.
Yeah. But sriracha, it says it's kind of spicy. Looks like it may be the clear winner so far. So far, the sriracha is the better flavor out of the 3. It says the overall score of people who already have voted for it is 9 out of 10. And it's very comparable to the spicy barbecue potato chip that Lay's already have. The garlic cheesy bread is very comparable to the sour cream and onion. But 3 to 10, I think the one that has the lowest score right now is probably the chicken and waffles. It may not be probably a member of may not make the list.
Wow. None of those are that good. I mean, they're turning, and they never taste right. Anything outside of just a bag of chips, maybe Cool Ranch and.
Yeah, Cool Ranch is great. Doritos
Yeah.
Cool Ranch. It's
But
lovely.
they start to taste funny after a while. There's just so much you can do with a potato chip, I think.
Yeah, there's so many flavors. I mean, there's so many flavors you want to emulate on a potato chip, but just some things that just don't go right. Like, you know, like chicken and first of all, chicken and waffles don't go together anyway. Because you got chicken and you got to figure out what type of chicken. Talking about baked chicken,
Yeah,
fried
because
chicken,
even when you have
teriyaki
breakfast,
chicken. Yeah,
I don't mix them up.
yeah,
I don't eat the eggs and then go to the waffle. I don't do that.
yeah.
Eat one thing at a time.
Yeah, I mean, and plus the waffle. How do you get like the waffle flavor in there? And plus, you know, you got the waffle, then you got the syrup, maple syrup. It's supposed to be like a plain waffle or like a waffle with syrup. If you use waffle with syrup, then it's really going to be kind of weird tasting, you know, for a chip.
Yeah.
But looks like, I think that Thai flavor is going to be making on the list because it's. Reminds people of barbecue, but it has a little strange.
Well, barbecue's good, and there's so many good chips. But
oh yeah. Yeah. Have you had the jalapeno flavor? Because that's usually a big one.
No, I can't do jalapeno.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I really can't either. I mean, I can only take like small sections of it. I could take like the small bag. I can't eat like the big family size bag that they have for like $3.50.
Hell no.
You know, it'll probably burn a hole in my stomach or something.
Well, it would put a hole in my anus.
An extra one. Wow.
Yeah, it'll make another anus.
Yeah.
You like peppers?
Huh?
You like peppers?
No, jalapeno.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were just talking about different flavored potato chips, and I said I like Golden Flake out of all the potato chips. I like the Golden Flake Sweet Heat potato chips. That's my favorite one. I love them. If I can get them, I would never.
You like those kind of peppers?
No, not really.
No, with those.
Huh?
Are you guys even on the page?
What page?
Where are you guys?
I'm on the Morning Roast page.
Shit.
Oh, no.
What the hell is that? Oh,
Like a Peter
God.
Pepper. Jeez, man. Peter Pepper picked a peck of those. Yeah, he
That's
sure
unreal.
did.
Is that for real? I guess it is.
Three Bears says I need to take my Pepsi AC to eat that crap. Yeah, those are not the peppers that I do not want to pick. That's when you have to go cold turkey on peppers. I have to say.
That was great.
But I really do. I do like spicy chips. I mean, Ant says he loves spicy foods. I'm quite sure if I had a big bag of those jalapeno flavored potato chips, he would probably go nuts. And I wouldn't recommend for a novice to eat those. I mean, if you like barbecue, stick with barbecue. At jalapeno flavored potato chips, that's like a whole other level of spiciness. You're gonna need a glass of water with some ice. Maybe an icy or slushy. To take that
lot of water.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I won't eat it. I don't know why people would want that kind of action going on in their mouth.
Well, some people are addicted to, drugs. Some people like liquor. Some people like spicy foods,
I can't do it. I want to eat so I can enjoy it, not sit there like with a burnt mouth. And it's the same thing with me with lobster. I don't understand how much fun that is to eat you're breaking the bone, you're breaking the
shell.
The shell rather, and you start to pull the stuff out, and all you get is like little pieces like that.
Yeah,
I want to eat like that.
It's too much work. I mean, if I need like a tool set, a drill set, or something just to eat some food, I mean, it's not even worth it. I mean, I've had crab meat before, but it was unshelled. But I couldn't go through the thing with like, all that.
Did your mommy trim your crust on your bread when you were a little baby?
No, because it's freaking bread. I ain't need no freaking drill set or pair of pliers with some freaking bread.
That's what kind of bread are we talking about?
They're like, dang, you must be talking about like straight ground from scratch type bread. Just talking about some unleavened Old Testament bread or something from the Ten Commandments or something.
That's funny.
It was like,
wow.
Geez. Yeah, B52 says it's an art to eating crab. It's more like art. You need a trade for that. It was like, it's lucky you don't need some freaking welder's goggles to eat some crab meat. My goodness. I know I may be hating on shellfish and crab meat and lobster, but I had a bad experience trying to eat crab legs when I went to the prom, because they had a nice little reception at the Macon Hilton and stuff, and all the high school students, at least from my high school, we had like a reception, had a nice little dinner that was over at the Macon Hilton, nice little crab meat, fruit salad, all this others. I mean, it was a nice little spread. I should have had the steak because it was a chore. It was a chore to put on that crab meat,
No, it's a weird story.
Uh-huh.
Tourists staying in a Los Angeles hotel bathed, brushed their teeth, and drank water from a tank in which a young woman's body was likely decomposing for more than 2 weeks.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Lord. Alicia Lamb's corpse was found in the Cecil Hotel's rooftop water tank.
Wow.
By a maintenance worker who was trying to figure out why the water pressure was low on Tuesday. Lamb's parents reported her missing in early February. The last sighting of her was at the hotel on January 31st, Los Angeles police said. Detectives are now investigating the 21-year-old Canadian suspicious death, Police Sergeant Ruby Lopez said. It was not clear whether the water presented any health risks to those who consumed it. Results of the tests on the water done Wednesday by the LA Public Health Department were expected later in the day. The hotel management was not responded to CNN calls for requests.
Wow.
The video appears to show 4 cisterns of the roof on the hotel. People who stayed at the Cecil since Lamb's disappearance expressed shock about the development. The water did have a funny taste. Sabrina Barr told CNN on Wednesday she and her husband used the water for 8 days.
Wow.
We never thought anything of it, the British woman said. We thought it was just the way it was there. And she described it as not normal. The shower was awful. When you turned the tab on, the water was coming out black.
Oh.
First, for the first 2 seconds. Then it was going back to normal. The hotel remained open after the discovery, but guests checking in on Tuesday were told not to drink it.
Oh, jeez.
According to Kwai Nugent, who described the finding in a hotel Wednesday.
Okay.
Nugent said he learned of the body from a CNN reporter, not the hotel staff.
Oh man, sound like an episode of.
What do you think of that?
Sound like an episode of CSI around that. It's like, jeez.
CSI, these people were drinking like
contaminated water, basically, because it was blocked because the body decomposition from a corpse in the pipe system contaminated it.
Alrighty then. I've got a new segment I'm going to do here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let the viewers pick the music for the break. So,
okay.
Y'all send me a couple songs or whatever in the chat here. I'll see if I can get them up there for the next break. Let's segue onto something else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm falling asleep here, guys.
Okay, I got something here. I got some good
that
stuff
puts
here.
you to sleep, don't you think that was a good story?
The dead body puts you to sleep.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's paying attention to you guys. They're all on another thing.
They're drinking human body cannibalism. Ugh. That is.
Alright, what do we got here?
Says the gamer girl says, yeah, come to think of it, the Bean, you're right about the British and porn. There's not that many Brits in there. Ew. Okay.
See, then they're not even paying attention because I asked them about song for break. Nobody responded. See, you lost them, man. You lost everybody.
Okay, I got some local news.
I don't think we lost them. I think they want to say what they want to say.
Well, anyway.
And they always do that anyway.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, you can do that. But I'm just saying, if you want to give some stories or what you think about the stories we're talking about.
Oh, you didn't hear me.
Give us a call.
Yes, I said pick songs for the break. That's our new segment we're doing now.
Yes. Fisher Gamer Girl says, sorry guys, we love you, thank you. Sabuka says, we hear you, but we choose to ignore you, Ed.
Yeah.
But anyway, if you want to give your, feelings, it says, just give us a call at 478-254-6287. That's 478-254-6287. Or just say, I suck goats.
Yeah. Welcome, Sutton 304. Welcome, John Cole. LW. Doug Peach is always around. Welcome, guys.
Well, we have 24 chats. We have look like some new people. We have Asuka Kaza.
And we've been featured now for a while.
Yes, Blue Sig Fan Joey, John Cole, LWR Ventures. And some guests. We have Nice Rock, Sig Book, and Pro Crab. Ugh. Okay. Hope you're talking about the seafood. Anyway, but I got some a local story. There was a small jet crashed in McDuffie County in Thompson, Georgia. Sheriff's officials in McDuffie County said a small jet has crashed outside of Thompson, 30 miles west of Augusta. Federal Aviation Administration spokeswoman Kathleen Bergen says the jet, a Hawker Beechcraft 390/Premier 1, crashed around 7:30 Wednesday night after landing in the Thompson McDuffie County Airport. Bergen says preliminary reports indicate that the jet ran off the end of the runway after it landed. Bergen says the preliminary information indicates 7 people were aboard the plane, and sheriff's officials last night said there were at least 1 fatality. The cause of accident is unclear, and Bergen says the plane is registered to a company based in Wilmington, Delaware. So we hope that the survivors of the crash are okay, and hopefully they'll find the outcome of this horrid incident in Thompson, Georgia.
Well,
okay,
good story.
Yeah. Also, on later news, that says Lucasfilm, a newly owned subsidiary of Walt Disney Company, who is now in association with Bad Robot Productions and genre films. J.J. Abrams' company, who gave us shows like Lost and Alias, is in active development on the highly anticipated epic Star Wars feature film Star Wars Episode 7. Although shooting will commence in the summer, studio level casting is now underway, with Harrison Ford being the first actor officially on board. So he will probably revamp his role as return as the character Han Solo in Episode 7. Filming will begin with battle scenes being shot in a quarry overlooking the sprawling Blue Water complex not far from London in the United Kingdom. Filming will also take place in various locations in Los Angeles and New Mexico. It says details on how talent can submit for acting roles and registration information and for extras can be found on the following casting post. The Walt Disney Studio.
This is cartoon or what is this?
Oh, that's just cartoon. Old Republic. That's software. Starring in Star Wars Episode 7 is Academy Award nominee Harrison Ford. He's now reprising his role as Han Solo.
So he's gonna reprise it.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Two-time prime.
Be an old guy, huh?
Yeah, two-time Primetime Emmy Award nominee Carrie Fisher has stated she would like to reprise the role of Princess Leia. Mark Hamill says he has questions about returning as Luke Skywalker.
No.
And wants to know more about what Disney has.
Plain hard to get. He probably can't wait.
Yeah. Primetime Emmy Award nominee Billy D. Williams is said to be on the radar to return as the character Lando Calrissian, and has stated he'll be very interested in reprising the role. That's going to be cool. I hope they get to do that.
Well, let's see. A bunch of old people now are reprising their role.
Yeah, from a story from a land long, long ago.
Well, I got a story over here.
Okay.
President Obama. President Obama proposed his first detailed guide of the human brain function.
Okay.
You want to read this? Because I'm kind of low on breath here.
Okay. To navigate something as complex and dynamic as the brain, a map would help. Researchers have learned an enormous amount of how we think, what drives our behaviors, and why we feel about the way we do since President George H.W. Bush proclaimed the 1990s the decade of the brain. But many fundamental questions about the 3-pound universe remain unanswered. So President Obama has proposed a brain activity map, BAM, B-A-M project, to reveal some of these remaining secrets using the Human Genome Project as a model. Not all scientists, however, are on board. In his State of the Union speech, the president noted that every dollar invested in the Human Genome Project returned $140 to our economy. With some $3.8 billion spent over 13 years, the resulting gene-based boom turned out to be $796 billion in new jobs, medical treatments, increased salaries, and other benefits, according to a 2011 analysis conducted for this federal government. Although medical care has not advanced as much as initially expected because, surprise, the science of genetics is more complex than scientists has anticipated. The data is continuing to yield fruit and promises to provide more value in years to come. It says that the BAM project hopes to offer returns of equal or greater value, although the amount of funding has not yet been determined. The New York Times reports that scientists hope for at least as much money as was devoted to the Genome Project, of $300 million a year for at least 10 years. But what the administration would seek as part of the proposed budget and where the money would come from is not yet clear. The goal is to produce the first map of brain function to explore every signal sent by every cell and track how the resulting data flows through neural networks and is ultimately translated into thoughts, feelings, and actions. While work is already underway to understand the wiring diagram of the whole brain, known as the connectome, this project will go beyond that to try to understand what this circuitry actually does.
Wow, okay.
Incredible.
Well, how advanced have we come or what?
Yes, we've come.
How advanced have we become? Now the president wants to map out the brain in a way that's different than what we already know. Because they already have an idea on where the centers are for anger, and they already have that.
Yeah, that's true.
But what he wants to do is, I guess, find out how it actually works, right? Is that what he said?
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway. Good news for
That's very good news. I was just reading the...
why don't you read what some of the channels...
Oh, yes. Speaking of... Let's see, I was just reading what Gamer Girl says. We do not need another Star Wars movie. Leave it alone.
I know.
Wow.
It's true. I agree.
Three Bears says, speaking of movies, I can't wait to go see Oz, the Great and Powerful Oz. And Sabuki says, Han Solo will be renamed Han So Old instead of Han Solo.
Big Sin fan Joey says, Princess Leia with wrinkles in that bikini.
Ew.
Shut up.
The big Sig fan Joey says, episode 7 is 30 years too late. Wow. Fisher Gamer Girl says, Oz look amazing. Bean52 says, that should be good since he's in his 70s now. In his 70s. Big Sig fan says, nobody cares anymore. Fisher Gamer Girl says, no thank you. We do not need post-menopause Princess Leia. Bean52 says, Star Wars are the old folks home. That should be good. Sabuki, the film book. Sabuki says, the films are going to be standalone and nothing to do with the originals.
That's funny.
Wow, this is Sabuki again. America is late to the party. They have been developing a map of brain function and placement for years.
Gamer Girl says, no, thank you. We do not need a post-menopause princess.
Yes, definitely.
And she was never that good looking. I mean, she's just awful looking.
Barely.
Her mother was gorgeous.
Oh yeah, I mean, she was gorgeous in that bikini when she was like, Jabba the Hutt's hoe in Return of the Jedi. Being 52 says, I watched The Patriot last night, so it seems the Brits were a little late on that one too. Oh my goodness, God. Gamer Girl was just tripping out. They just tripping out on Sabuki. It says Patriot, another Hollywood version of history, much like the Enigma film.
Oh my God.
Well, at least he has a good joke about how the British has a huge empire and their little brother America just kicked its ass. Because no one's want to be reminded of the past 200 years. That's kind of like when every time when I go to my family reunion, I don't want to be reminded that my little cousin kicked my behind in softball, caught me in a double play, and bam,
Yeah, I know. One of my cousins, we have this joke. She always brings this up. But one of my cousins always has a story of how, I remember when you were a baby and I got to wipe your ass as a baby. Like, I don't want to hear that. I'm almost 50 years old.
Yeah, I know.
I don't want to hear you used to wipe my ass. I swear to God, she brings that up every time. He's like, I used to wipe my ass. Memory.
Mr. Asswipe.
I'm wiping my ass now.
Oh, jeez, man, that's crazy.
I swear to you. So help me God.
Big Sig fan, but Joey's like tripping out what I said about Princess Leia.
God.
Jabba's hoe. Well, yeah, she was. I mean, yeah, she was chained to a board, like a stripper or something. Like she was dressed like this stuff. That was pretty much it.
Wow.
So Boogie says you fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. You were costing us too much, but we let you in to get rid of the burden. Come on, man. Good time. Well, the only reason why y'all won because you had your best soldiers over at India, and we know what happened about that. Okay, you come on. I watched the History Channel. You don't want to get in the debate, man. It's too early to get in the debate, man. Be glad.
Yeah, read it.
Be glad, Irv. That's a big job, wiping ass.
Yeah, especially the way I used to shit when I was a baby.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it is a pleasant memory. That's a retarded thing. It's like a pleasant, I remember when you were just a baby. You used to wipe your ass and change your diapers. I'm like, oh Jesus, who the hell wants to hear this shit? And I'm supposed to stand there and go, oh, how wonderful that is. Oh, thank you. Nah.
When I used to go to weddings when I was little, the young people used to go pinch me on the cheek and go, you're next.
Yeah.
I started doing them at funerals.
Ew.
You're next.
Anyway. By the way, that cousin is a good artist. She's really good. That's about all she's good at is artwork.
Well, how about that? 2 down and 1 to go. It's 9:57 a.m.
Oh shit! No kidding.
Yes, 9:57 a.m. It's
too bad they can't see the picture.
We're gonna go in a little early because we got Eve sent us a video she wanted us to play of her singing a song.
All right.
We got requests for "Wonderful Night" by Eric Clapton. So.
Okay, cool.
We got about a 6-minute break.
Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. It's going on 9:58 a.m. right now, Eastern Standard Time in Macon, Georgia. It's 39 degrees. It's getting a little bit warmer outside in Macon with a high. It's sunny and high of 67 degrees and a low of 48 degrees. It's 2 minutes till 10 o'clock into our third and final hour of the morning roast. You're watching us live from the Nut House. We'll be right back.
Yeah, great beard. Repeat your comment. All right,
Yes,
we're back.
We are back into our third and final hour of the morning roast, live from the Nut House in adjacent downtown Macon, Georgia. It's 10:06 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in Macon, Georgia. It's 39 degrees and sunny so far with a high of 67 and a low of 48. And you better enjoy it because it's going to be wet. It's going to be a wet weekend.
Thank you, Ed, for playing my song.
Yes.
Okay. Let me confess. I did not know that was Eve. Why didn't you tell me that?
I did.
No, you didn't.
Yeah,
it must have blew your mind.
Well, sorry, Eve. I guess I need, you know, this happens to me all the time. I get my ass in trouble for no reason. You know, I swear to God. My deepest apologies, Eve. I swear to God I didn't know that was you. And, so my biggest apologies to you. I was just speaking out, I guess, my stupid ass self.
Your ass?
You know.
Yeah.
But that was good. It was good rendition. And that's a long song to sing.
Yeah, the page you sent me don't work.
Oh, it don't work? Okay.
But as far as the song itself and how you sang it was good. But again, I apologize, I guess, for being an asshole.
Yeah,
I am an asshole. Remember that.
Okay. Well, just want to say thank you. It takes a lot of guts to get on stage or to sing anyway. I should know. Me and my friends used to be in talent shows all the time. And to be honest, doing singing, being in front of something, whether it's in front of a camera or in front of people, that it takes some courage. As a matter of fact, there is a study that said that public speaking is probably the #1 fear of all. So it's even worse fear than death. So that means if you're at a funeral, more people are more afraid of actually giving the eulogy than being the person in the casket. So that should tell you something about. That should tell you something right there. It really does.
Wow.
It really does.
Anyway, guys, Ed, my brother Ed is on. What's up, buddy? Hey, I talked to Louie, cousin Louie.
Not yell. He's not any farther than anybody else.
It's like that's how I
he's
talk.
down in the valley. Yo, Edward!
Like we're
Skype.
Hey.
Ed,
where are you?
I talked to, he's a puss. Oh, yeah, well. I said I talked to my cousin Louie and he calls him a pussy. Oh, well. You guys get along fine, don't you?
Yeah. Wolfenbite says, when you going to do a night show? Well,
we'll let you know.
We'll let you know. It's in the works, but we just haven't picked a precise date as of yet.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's not here to bash the police. I'm tired of that. Yeah, he's not here.
Even NWA gets tired of that. I mean, even Ice Cube, they only sent him this one song about F the police, but even then they just that one song and that's it.
Anyway, he says, Edward, Louis calls me up and he said, oh, I'm 61 years old. I want to get along. I want to get back in touch with the family. He starts apologizing to me. What the hell are you sorry for? You haven't done shit to me. I haven't seen you in 20 years. So, it's apologizing for I don't know what.
Oh, no. I guess something in the past that y'all done that, years ago.
Well, he's feeling guilty about something, but I told him, what are you feeling guilty about? 12 steps. What's that mean, gamer girl?
Oh, I guess kind of like AA, they have those 12 steps. Something like that.
Anyway, yeah, 12 steps. Louis trying to clear things out.
Right.
He was never an alcoholic, though. Although he was kind of always drunk. I mean, he was just a crazy guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He did the same thing to me, and I sent him a funny picture, and now he will not talk to me. Oh. What funny picture did he send him, Ed?
Something. But I do have a really crazy story right about now. I mean, you heard about earlier a few weeks back about there was these people during the few weeks before the Super Bowl weekend decided to break into a chicken place and steal like 10 tons worth of chicken wings.
Yeah.
$60,000 worth of chicken wings. Well, here's another subject of one of those. Why, my people? Why? It seems like there are some burglars in Houston, Texas, went to great lengths to steal, get this, $50,000 worth of hair weaves.
Hair weaves?
Hair weaves. Hair weaves.
Yeah, so they could sell them at that store with the guy with the gun, with the taser gun.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I get rid of that shit.
I don't know, man. It says this happened like about a few days ago. I can from KMO from Houston, Texas. It just really takes.
Yeah, they are expensive. You're right,
Yes.
Game and Go. They're very expensive.
It says burglars went to great lengths to steal hair extensions from a beauty supply store in northwest Houston, Texas. Officials say the 3 men were caught on tape breaking into Jay's Beauty Supply, located on the 6600 block of Antoine, early Thursday morning. The trio tore through a fence, a steel door, 2 walls, and crawled to avoid being detected by burglar alarm sensors. Owner Jay Yom said, "I just went blank. I was upset. I was mad." Yeah. The crooks stole $50,000 worth of real human hair from the building. A stylist who works at the store said everybody wants expensive hair. The extensions are sold in boxes. They're about a foot long. The strands cost from $50 to $150. They went straight to the section where they had the most expensive hair, according on display, and that's all they took, according to the owner. Surveillance video shows that the men crawling away with bags full of extensions. The store owner suspects the men had been in the store before to plan to break in. Investigators looked for fingerprints but didn't find any so far. Yom says that real hair and beauty supply stores are being targeted all over Houston, Texas. It's believed that stolen hair extensions will be sold on the street. It says if you know anything about this burglar, you are called the Crime Stoppers of Houston at 713-222-8477. That's 713-222-TIPS. TIPS. TIPS, yes.
Well, you can eat chicken and wear a wig.
Yeah, it's sad. You know it's really bad. You know, I actually saw this video last night, before last, and I saw even a lot of people have been talking about it for a few. Even Tommy Sotomayor, where we usually give credit from, because he definitely has a mind, definitely speaks his mind about it. It says, it's bad. Like when you have drug dealers stop selling drugs and now starting selling hair.
Well, they're very expensive. You know Michael, the training guy?
Yeah.
Downtown? He spends $400 on his hair.
Yeah.
$400. Who the hell is going to spend $400? But it's all weave work.
Mm-hmm.
He's big, tall. By the way, if
he's
you
got
got a
6'8",
picture
6'9".
Of Michael at somewhere on file there. But Michael is about almost 7 feet. Almost 7 feet tall. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Lanky, skinny as a rail.
Yeah, black British guy.
Black British guy.
Yeah.
Who is well loved. He's very sweet personality. Mm-hmm. But he wears his hair weaves and overdoes his makeup.
Yeah.
And it's unbelievable. I saw him sit there and do his makeup and spend almost 2 hours. I was like, damn, this guy is really into this shit.
Yeah.
Sitting there for 2 hours. And he is a makeup artist, by the way.
The Michael Jackson fan, one of the new people on the chat room, says, I paid $600 for my wigs of Michael Jackson wigs. Wow. 3 Bears says, not me. I wouldn't spend $400 on my hair for whatever. Urex says, I don't spend $4 on my shampoo.
Yeah.
You sound like me, man. I just paid $250 for some shampoo over at Dollar General. That's funny, man. That's funny. Now, when you say $400, you talking about $400 a month or just $400 on
Well, he wears it for about, I guess, 2 months. Yeah. But he spends $400 every time he does it.
Wow. Jeez.
And there was a time when he was, like, mixing it up. Like, he would wear it for 2 weeks and then come in with a really short cut. And then all of a sudden, he disappeared for a week, show up, and there he was with the same hair again.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Well, I finally got on the Facebook, the Morning Roast Facebook page to check out what Ant has put in. He's also put in the word of Eat Your Words. Some of the critics there from that magazine he was talking about, how people who of famous authors and their contemporaries at that particular time, whether or not they liked their work or thought it sucked. Here's one right here about literary critic and essayist and writer Edmund Munson.
Okay.
On Abraham Lincoln by Carl Sandburg.
Okay.
The guy who wrote a biography of it. Edmund Wilson once said, quote, "In my opinion, Carl Sandburg is the worst thing that has happened to Lincoln since Booth shot him."
Oh. You got that story?
Well, no, that was from Eat Your Words.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was what we did yesterday, where people like from history criticize folks who their contemporaries who had famous books that are now, classics now. Because Carl Sandburg, those who don't know, he's basically he wrote a biography on Abraham Lincoln, since he's also from Illinois. I also have Wordsmith. We can go ahead and go into Wordsmith.
Okay, why don't you read that?
Yeah. It's 10:17, in AM. You hear the Morning Roast with DB, Irv,
We've been featured here now for a while.
For a good time, yeah. We've been flirting over 300.
A lot of chatters?
Yes.
How many chatters we got?
Yeah, close to what, 24?
24, yeah, baby. Nice number.
Really good number. Anyway, I'll go back to our word for the day from Wilfred Funk's Word Origins and Their Romantic Stories. Today's
Come on,
word,
baby, bring it on.
Today's word is onion.
Onion.
Which means related to a pearl.
Yeah, some of these stories smell like onions.
Yeah. In Latin, there is a word union that translated as oneness or union. The word onion is derived from this Latin term. It rates its name because it consists of a number of united layers. There is also another interesting analogy between union and onion. The rustics about Rome not only used the word unio, U-N-I-O, to mean onion, but they also thought it as a suitable designation for a pearl. And even today, a cook will speak of pearl onions when she means the small, silvery white variety. So that's today's word, onion.
Wow.
Yes. Speaking of onions and speaking of strangely flavored potato chips, I'm ticked off at Frito-Lay because they discontinued their urban Cajun spice and herb flavor again. I went to try to buy some over at Kroger about a couple of weeks ago. They stopped making it. I don't know why. They did that last time when it first came out in '88 when there used to be Ruffles. Because Ruffles used to have this potato chip flavor called Cajun spice. Because onion, garlic, spices. And it was delicious. I don't know why they stopped it. They discontinued it on Ruffles and they brought it back about 3 years ago.
Greg Anderson says, call him up right now and bitch at him. Hey, do an Anthony on him.
For real?
Yeah.
1-800.
Who makes them?
Frito-Lays? You have the phone number? Because I will call him. Because I'll call him on this phone because I don't have that many minutes left on my phone. Well, probably after the show. After the show.
Put it up there.
Well.
Oh, it's a 1-800 number.
Okay.
Are we moving on to the next story?
We'll move on to the next story.
I got Kobe Bryant here.
Okay.
The Lakers in
Carson. Here you go. 1-800-352-4477.
What are we doing?
Okay,
we're having 3 conversations here.
We want to say what we've been having for the last 5 minutes.
Oh, it's about
you can
He's
write
calling Frito-Lay to bitch about them not making his chips anymore.
No.
Okay.
Well, that's good. We can do that in the middle of the show.
Okay. Well, into that you go and tell.
He was talking about it. Where were you?
We were talking about it.
Yeah, he's gonna call.
Yeah, but that was how long ago?
2 minutes.
2 minutes ago.
Whatever.
But go ahead and get to
the Lakers. Oh, wait a minute. I guess he's talking about. It says Kobe Bryant says the Lakers need to carry on Jerry Buss's vision. I know you would like that. The Lakers inch closer to 500 with 113-99 win over the Boston Celtics on Wednesday night. That's quite a turnaround after the Lakers were beaten soundly 116 to 95 in Boston on February 7th.
Wow.
It's definitely on my mind, Kobe Bryant said in a recent defeat. They beat us pretty good, up bad, and we certainly want to return the favor. Bryant is expected to speak at a memorial service for Jerry Buss on Thursday. Lakers owner who died on Monday after a battle of undisclosed form of cancer. It's a huge honor to play for this organization, Bryant said. Everything that he's built, you look around at all the trophies, you look at all the parades and all the support that we have and what this organization means. That all came from one man, his vision. His vision transcended the game. He became a pop culture. The impact is global, and the list goes on. Anyway, he just wants everybody to remember that owner.
Yeah, I know, because he made history. You know, made it Showtime. He wanted to make what we know made the Lakers be part of Hollywood, since it's also in LA. And history.
I'm surprised that what's his name, Michael Jordan isn't talking in his funeral.
Well, because he played for the Bulls.
Oh, that's right.
Rival.
That's right.
Rival team. Okay.
Rival team. What are we doing? You're calling up Frito-Lay?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting ready to call. I'm calling them right now.
All right, calling Frito-Lay.
Mm-hmm.
You got a recording.
Mm-hmm.
Silence is violence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Jeez, they're busy. Okay, maybe I'll talk to them after the show and see what they're talking about. But I was reading what Yerak said. Pringles should come out with a cinnamon sugar flavor soon. Potato chips. Oh yeah, actually they did. They did. I was just getting ready to buy some, but I already was on a budget. And I was planning on getting some, but I couldn't get it because I wanted to come back a couple of days later, but they were already sold out. They had like these cinnamon and sugar flavored chips, but they weren't. I had some cinnamon and sugar type chips, but they were apple chips rather than potato chips. They're very good. By Seneca, you can always find them on the fruit section and produce section over at Kroger's. They're very good. But it's 10:23, getting close to 10:30. It's 45 degrees right now. It's getting a little bit warmer. Getting a little warmer in Macon, with a high of 67, low of 48. Let's see. It's let's
God,
see.
Man, there's no freaking stories out there. It's almost like you got to come up with them.
Well, I do recently heard of one right now.
Okay.
About Mindy McCready, the update on her.
Yeah.
On her death. It says 10 days before Mindy McCready's February 17th death, her two young sons were taken from her home and put into foster care, where they still remain right now. So what are their likely fates in the coming days, weeks, and months? It said Xander, who's 6 years old, and Zane, who's 10 months old now, are now in the center of a battle between the singer's father and stepmother, mother and stepfather, and even Xander's father, Billy McKnight. Zane's father, David Wilson, was found shot to death in January of this year at the same Heber Springs, Arkansas home where McCready killed herself. McCready's father, Tim, was instrumental in having the boys removed from his daughter's care in the first place on February 7th, an event which she later described to a friend as, quote, the cruelest, most awful situation I've ever seen. After McCready herself summoned police because she wanted her father and his wife out of her home, officers instead believe she was intoxicated and that perhaps the children were at risk. Later that day, Tim stated in a petition that his daughter hasn't had a bath in a week, screams about everything, is verbally abusive to Xander. And so far, it seems like the Department of Human Services believes that once again, the step-parents of her children's baby father should get custody, but this time both boys. In a letter sent to the case, it says Department of Health and Services described the couple as best fit to raise Xander and Zane because they have a substantial relationship. And a custody hearing has been set for April 5th for her children.
It's terrible, sad. Man. What a tragedy.
Yeah.
She was such a talent.
Very talented.
And I remember when she started going downhill, I said, uh-oh. And it wasn't too long after, like a couple of years into her career.
Right.
Then she kind of disappeared, and then all of a sudden she showed up on TMZ and all that shit as having drug problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, drugs will kill you, man.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Prescription or non-prescription. Legal or illegal.
I think prescriptions are worse.
Well, that's what killed Elvis.
LSD and all that shit is bad, but what I'm saying is, that's what killed who?
Elvis Presley, yeah, because he was on prescription drugs.
That's what killed Michael in some weird way, right?
Yeah, and Michael Jackson too. That's kind of weird too. They both died from prescription drugs, not like hard cocaine, heroin or nothing like that. Just stuff you get from a doctor.
Well, a class action lawsuit has been filed against Carnival Corporation according to the events of that crippled cruise ship. Filing on behalf of other passengers, Matt and Melissa Cruson of Oklahoma filed that lawsuit. The Carnival knew or should have known that the vessel Triumph was likely to experience mechanical behavior. I don't know about that.
Jeez, so they knew that the boat was that messed up? Jeez.
Well, I don't know.
Well, that's on that part. That's on the Carnival's part. If they knew that the boat was not that great, they should have had the passengers put them on a totally different ship. Well, or at least
I'd still say they were there for way over what could have been. They could have gotten those people out. And they should have gotten those people out way before they started towing that shit.
Definitely.
Especially when there were ships there already delivering water and onion sandwiches.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway,
I was just reading the chatters of.
I don't even know. There's no amount here.
Big fans.
But what would you sue them for?
I would sue them for basically neglect, especially if they knew that the boat was not in good shape.
Well, what would be the amount that you feel would be good?
I don't know. I probably would say maybe, I guess per person or for myself, I probably would say about maybe 50 grand.
That's, 100 grand. 100 grand.
Okay.
Because out of 100 grand, you're going to get 50 grand.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah, legal fees.
Well, after taxes as well.
Yeah. Okay.
But
yeah, 100 grand seems to be like a decent charge. Yeah. But I'll just read from the chat room. It says, big fan Joey says, Minnie McCready led a tortured life. Being 52. Jeez. Dang, man, don't pull the trigger, Ed. He said, why would millionaires and children be foster parents? There are two sets of grandparents. Well, one of them is going to go to a set of grandparents, according to the story. So B52 said, if she was that bad, why had no one stepped in to remove the kids before now? Actually, they did. That's why I think that's probably why she killed herself. That's what really made her go over the edge, I think. That's what we've been told.
Wow. Another story. I know we're bouncing around, but might as well end it with a barrage of stories. Maybe you want to bring up that trending thing. We could talk about.
Yeah, I can definitely get that.
But I'll get this story in real quick. With moist eyes and soft voices, former Representative Jesse Jackson Jr. and his wife pleaded guilty to federal charges on Wednesday related to years of using campaign funds for personal expenses that included purchases of Michael Jackson's memorabilia and his Rolex watch. Guilty, Your Honor, Jackson responded to the U.S. court judge while dabbing his eyes with a handkerchief after he looked back at the family members in the courtroom, including his father, civil rights activist Jesse Jackson. I used monies that should have been used for campaign purposes, Jackson said. When Wilkins asked if Jackson realized the guilty plea meant giving up his right to a trial, he responded, I have no interest in wasting the taxpayers' time or money. You should have thought that before, didn't you?
You probably so. Yeah. Yeah.
Jackson admitted to diverting $750,000 for personal purposes in 2012, from 2005 to 12. Wilkins set the sentence on June 8th. Then Jackson will face up to 5 years in prison.
Wow.
Well, what do you think of that?
Yeah, them's the breaks. Them's the breaks.
Well, this really puts the father on the onus here of having a son who's a thief.
Yeah.
Kind of
Especially when I heard the
humiliating,
story of $750,000, like $4,000, like $5,000 of it went to buying some Michael Jackson memorabilia, Michael Jackson fedoras.
Yeah, it's fedora. And something else he said. The Rolex watch.
Oh yeah, Rolex watch. That's true. That's very true.
That may not have been Michael Jackson's Rolex watch, but Rolex is expensive, no?
Oh yeah, very expensive. Like $5,000 watch. Yeah, that'll definitely do it. I definitely was checking out some stories from the trending news over in Yahoo.
Let's do trending, folks. Pick out a story and we'll read it.
Let's see. We had 2 executions halted for number 10. Tyson sues Live Nation. Story number 8, Ashley Judd story. Number 7, Lance Armstrong refuses USADA. Number 6, Shia LaBeouf quits, whatever it is. Number 5, Fox co-host rape remark. Number 4, coach fired after 16 years. Hot male replaces number 3. Number 2, Zero Dark 30 ban. And number 1, Scarlett Johansson is engaged. Again.
Gamer Girl said number 5. Yes.
Okay, number 5, Fox co-host rape. Okay, rape remark. I think I have that.
Gamer Girl, believe it or not, that was the one that I thought about.
I thought so too. Same here. It says, excuse me. Fox News co-host apologizes for rape remark.
Oh, that fathead guy.
Yeah, actually it's not. Yeah, Bob Becker. It's not Bill O'Reilly. It's a whole other fathead. After a day after questioning whether there's a prevalence of rape on college campuses, Fox News co-host Bob Beckel apologized for the remark. It's a horrible, horrendous issue, Bob Beckel, the liberal co-host on The Five, said on Wednesday's show. Simply put, rape is rape. Whether it's date rape or it's somebody coming in off the campus trying to rape somebody else, I very strongly feel that way. So I just wanted to straighten the record out on that. I simply was trying to make that there was not a distinction to make here.
Hello?
You on the Morning Roast?
Who? Yeah. Do you know Levetis Brown? Never mind, it's the wrong number.
Wrong number. Oh, okay.
Gonna get those wrong numbers now.
Wow.
Yeah, Frito-Lay's not calling back. That lady is more probably want to get laid.
And just like a chip, and just like potato chips, you just can't eat just one. Oh, yes.
Anyway, so Lord have mercy.
Wow, it says on
you know,
Tuesday,
I'm starting to lose my energy here.
Okay, on Tuesday,
starting to wind down.
Yeah, well, it's 10:30. We have like a little over 20 minutes left on the show. Like you said, we probably might maybe just end early if you're not feeling that well.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. But it says, on Tuesday, the Fox Roundtable had been discussing a proposal to ban concealed weapons on Colorado campuses when Beckel asked, when was the last time you heard of a rape on campus? And what are you talking about? It's rampant, co-host Eric Boylan has responded. Oh, it's rampant, he asked? And then they just go back and forth. And Twitchy.com basically a website operated on the conservative blogger Michelle Malkin called Beckel a cretinous misogynist. Vomit, Malkin herself tweeted. Like, wow, it's really so you know a liberal on Fox News. Basically, he's gonna be looked at like a chicken in a fox in a hen house.
You know who came up with that? Basically, stole that terminology. Ronald Reagan.
What?
He's the one that made the L word negative.
Yeah, negative. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you're on
and he used a conservative word as a positive.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, I see that. You know, people.
Reagan had a lot more power than people think.
Yeah. Well, of course, being a president of the United States, you would have that type of power.
And by the way, I'll tell you how sensitive this country could be. Boy, he's losing his hair, ain't he?
Oh yeah, that's his delight. But I had just a brand new story. I wanted to use it for
let's do that.
Yeah,
I love Rosa Parks.
Yes. Well, of course, you heard earlier this month on the Morning Roast that the U.S. Postal Service during Black History Month and Black Heritage always have like one African American represented, immortalized by a stamp. And this year, they picked Rosa Parks for that stamp. Now, also, she seems like Rosa Parks is also getting more accolades. It says that President Barack Obama will join Democratic and Republican congressional leaders next week for the ceremony to unveil a statue of civil rights icon Rosa Parks at the U.S. Capitol. The first
statue?
Yes, a statue for Rosa Parks. The first statue of an African American woman in the halls of Congress. In 1955, Miss Parks, a Montgomery, Alabama seamstress, refused to give up her seat on a public bus to a white man. She was convicted of violating the state segregation laws, and her legal battle ultimately reached the U.S. Supreme Court, which ruled the bus segregation law unconstitutional. And in April 2012, Obama visited the Henry Ford Museum after a campaign rally in Dearborn, Michigan. Official White House photographer Pete Souza snapped a picture of the president sitting in the Rosa Parks bus that they preserved there. Republican House Speaker John Boehner and Democrat Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid invited Obama to attend the unveiling. Said that we will come together to celebrate the life and legacy of Miss Parks, whose statue will be the first of an African American woman in the Capitol, the lawmakers wrote in a letter to President Obama. It says, this is a national statue, and this ceremony will be a national national moment, an occasion to recount a watershed event in our history and reaffirm our capacity to confront injustice and lift each other up. That's going to be
wow.
So I can hardly wait when they have the story about that. I guess there'll be some
I can't wait to see the statue.
Yes.
They screwed up the one on Martin Luther King.
Oh yeah.
With the writing on it.
Yeah. I don't know why they see this one. I don't know. You got to have, if you're gonna do something, you can't just do it halfway. You got to do it well. Either do it well or don't do it at all. I mean, this.
You're right, Hawkeye. Jersey. Reagan let the band play on. He permitted AIDS to spread in the U.S.
Yep.
And he was happy and proud about it to boot.
As well as letting crack spread all over New York and nationwide too, among other things.
Yep.
Yeah. Also,
I think he was having that Alzheimer's.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Is that what he died of? I think he had that way before anybody admitted that.
Oh, before he retired? Wow.
Yeah, but
remember
the Iran-Contra hearing, the guy forgot everything. Couldn't remember shit.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I don't remember that or
everybody thought that he was, just playing it, but he probably really was. Couldn't remember shit.
That's true. Fisher Gamer Girl on the chat room says, "Hey, I had an idea. When you guys do your late show, the Monday after we change our clock, so we can sleep in all that Monday morning." That sounds like a good idea.
Do that.
Sounds like a good idea. Very good idea. Edward Mappa took all the guns from the people, and many are ashes today. Dang, you must be hanging out with MS Ed, huh? Wow, because he said the exact same thing. I didn't know it was that they was that quick. They were able to, so that's probably why they were able to take over. Sad situation. The band played it. Yeah, that was a very good movie. If you ever seen that.
Excellent movie.
Yeah, excellent movie about how I guess how the AIDS virus just became just
rampant
throughout the 80s and early 90s.
Yeah, a lot of my friends died, man. They died bitter too. They were angry, not just sick, which I think added to their stress.
Yeah.
And killed them off quicker.
Yeah, I wouldn't be explaining because a lot of people. Yeah, if you just.
At least 10 of my friends I know passed on.
Yeah. I mean, I could understand that a lot of people would be ticked off because that is a deadly disease, and people could just. And back then they didn't have cocktails back then to. It's
no.
I mean, think about what for example, it may not be totally similar, but think about how all the time those African Americans we found out back in the 70s that there was a lot of black men who were dying of syphilis, and people thought they were just whores about it, just freaks. But they thought they were just given some type of serum. This Tuskegee experiment, which HBO talked about in this movie called Miss Everest Boys, where they thought they were given some type of immunization, but they were just basically inoculating with virulent strains of syphilis, and they just had they just basically walked around for years with syphilis, and they just kept dropping like flies year after year after year until the government finally said, "Hey, we've just been using these black men as guinea pigs."
Yeah, I remember when years of hearing about syphilis and gonorrhea and herpes and all that shit started coming out, like especially in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna do an early shutdown today, 1:45. We got 3 minutes, 4 minutes.
I got a story about this movie Zero Dark 30. There's been a ban. This is a subject matter due to subject matter and piracy. It says it's an Oscar-nominated film that's going to be in competition in the Academy Awards this upcoming Sunday, February 24th. It says the movie Zero Dark 30 created quite the controversy in the United States, but even more controversial overseas. Zero Dark 30 ban began in Pakistan, a predominantly Islamic country, although according to the NBC News on February 21st today, the ban is unofficial. The film has not even been screened in Pakistan yet, but leaders have spoken out against the film depicting the hunt and assassination of terrorist leader Osama bin Laden. There have been unofficial bootleg and pirated copies floating around the country, though. Mohin Yassin, the man who runs Pakistan's largest movie chain, said he won't show Zero Dark 30 in the cinemas, but he said that it was more about piracy than the theme and the story of the movie. However, he did say that he was disappointed in how the film depicted his country and fellow citizens in the film. He says Yassin also said that Zero Dark 30 paints an inaccurate description of the people of Pakistan, and the filmmaker should have done a better job at depicting various parts of the world. His main reason, though, he asserts, is that the movie is already highly pirated in Pakistan and would not be a financial success as a result. Well, of course, once you have it, of course, any...
By the way, Boba, you wish. You said any day now the morning rush is going to end. Screw you. That ain't going to happen. We put too much work.
Not on our watch. Not on our watch. You better believe that.
Yeah, well, that's the problem, Boba. Anthony doesn't show up. And by the time he and I work this thing and really take on...
Story after story.
Yeah, story after story and commenting and it's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
It just exhausts you. This is 3 hours of this shit.
Yeah, you can only go so far with 3 hours.
And you can only come up and be enthusiastic about who's that? She's beautiful.
Oh, it's Christine Carter. She was one of the stories from News One about it. I guess we could end it off.
Yeah, why don't you end it off with that?
Yeah, CEO makes a difference in at-risk youth against all odds.
Thanks, Hawkeye. Appreciate that.
Thanks. Christine Carter from New Jersey. It's a story from News One about people changing the game for minorities. Why she's a game changer? That Christine Carter is the CEO of Against All Odds Foundation, which provides educational programs and social services for at-risk youth. But she could be the organizer's charter member. It says, as a child, Carter says her mother, a teen prostitute, traded her out for sex in order to get drugs. Her father was also a junkie. At 5, she was left alone home with her infant brother, and Carter took him to school with her, and that's when she became a part of the foster care system. When she was 7, Miss Carter's mother died of complications from HIV/AIDS and began bouncing from foster homes and relatives who lived in the rugged housing projects. And she said, but Carter refused to let the troubles of her life define her. She said it all started in high school, where Carter had a teacher who took interest in her and pushed her. And despite working 2 jobs while also looking out for her younger brother, Carter made it to Norfolk State on a full scholarship, where she studied social work. And now, beginning the working in child services at 24, she decided to start against all odds. And Carter told Forbes magazine about her motivation, starting her nonprofit company. Now, Carter, as against all odds, runs the community center and Newark Family Success Centers in one of the city's housing complexes. And her group helps raise student achievement and also helps parents to learn the skills they need to be successful, which we more need now, not just in African Americans and Latinos, but nationwide. Because it shouldn't be a crime. People shouldn't be ostracized for being smart. We shouldn't have that. Thank you, Hawkeye, for the class.
I'm sorry, Gamer Girl. Yeah, I blame Aunt too. I mean, literally, I'm completely wasted right now.
Yeah.
And I'm not contributing to the show. I'm letting this poor soul over here carry so much of this weight. At this point, we'll call it an early day, but we'll be back tomorrow.
Yes, we will. And also, we want to thank all of our chatters who hung with us throughout this 2 and 3/4 hours of the show, abbreviated show. Want to thank Sabuki, E42, Plastic Canvas. Thank you for your video, by the way.
Yes.
Thank you for your courage. Graybeard, Harry Sachs, Hawkeye, New Jersey, Rosalind Nicole, 3 Bears, Bean52, Official Gamer Girl, Vorpal Bite, Uric Wildcat, Asset DJ, Because 77, E11, Urcag 111, Fab4DC, Tubby Dude, guest True Noob, and all the guests that were here earlier today. Also, thank you for featuring us, Blog TV, at least the majority.
Thank you for your commitment, guys. We really believe this is more like family now than it is just a Blog TV show. You guys are like our family already. You've been around now long enough. And we really, really appreciate all your support.
Because next month
and all your love and all your, the gifts and everything is wonderful.
Because next month will be 6 months. We've been
6 months.
Yes.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah. But anyway, we want to thank you for your time and checking us out. And if you have some time, don't forget to check our Facebook page out, Morning Roast Facebook page, as well as the Justice for Junebug, Sammy Davis Junebug page, as well, also on Facebook. Our YouTube channel, which is Ed Einbinder. And also where you can see full episodes of the Morning Roast.
Especially this action-packed one today.
Yes, this lovely one.
And get on Ed Einbinder's Facebook page and check out his Facebook.
Yeah, and don't forget to check out mine for the episodes of the best of the Morning Roast. We see episodes of past shows that we weren't able to get.
And friend me on Facebook. I'll confirm it. Irving Martinez.
Yes. Don't forget to check us out. We'll be here tomorrow. Same blog time, same blog channel.
No, it's only 12 minutes early, so no big deal. See you guys tomorrow.
See ya.